Okay, we'll just take 5 minutes gap and then continue. Clear? Now let's continue the discussion of rebate provision. By the way, remember, till now I have not yet started default tax regime main provision. Okay, because default tax regime provisions were discussed in each head of income respectively. Okay, so it is not something that we discuss in basic concept, test and then leave it desktop basis. It is to be discussed at heads of income wise, set off and carry forward, deductions chapter, everywhere it has an impact. AMT chapter it has an impact, everywhere it has an impact. Okay, 10-year deduction. So default tax regime concept is something that we need to discuss at every chapter. And even right now when we are discussing surcharge concept, default tax related effect will be covered. Yes or no? Now 87 here also default tax related provision effect will come. Now, what is 87-year rebate? Under optional tax regime, rebate is available if total income is not exceeding 5 lakh. Remember, under optional tax regime, rebate is available if total income is not exceeding 5 lakhs. That to maximum rebate how much? 12,500. Whereas under default tax regime, rebate is available if the total income is not exceeding 7 lakh. Maximum rebate is 25,000 rupees. And remember, in both the cases, 1128 tax is not eligible for rebate. 1128 tax is not eligible for rebate. You know, in May 26 exam, this is January attempt, right? May 26 onwards, finance at 25 onwards, special income itself is not eligible for rebate. There's a clear amendment which is given now. Okay, but anyhow, it's not applicable for Jan exams. Don't worry. I'm talking about May 26 exams. Okay. That's why I kept clearly this map on name Jan 26 or December 26 CMA or CA. That's it, CA Jan 26. This is not applicable for May attempt right now. So now this is the maximum rebate. Okay. Now again, you see, total income means what? It is including normal income, it is including special income, it is including lottery incomes, all that. Every income is eligible for rebate. Able to understand? Only 112A income is not eligible for rebate. Clear all of you? Now let us do one small problem. Okay. Let us assume I have a total income of 4,90,000 rupees. You know, and this 4,90,000 rupees, if you see the breakup, 90,000 rupees is lottery. 90,000 rupees is lottery. Then we have some. Let us assume 1,50,000 rupees 112A income. How much it is? 1,50,000 112A income. Balancing figure if you see 4,90,000 2,50,000. What is the balance income? 2,50,000 balance income. Are you clear? Now let us compute tax on this. This 2,50,000 is taxable. Slab rates. Remember, I'm computing under optional tax regime. Therefore, 2.5 lakh is the basic exemption. So balance tax is what? 0. Now here, 25,000 only taxable at 12.5%. Able to understand? See, by the way, here the long-term capital in 112A, I assume that it is arising on or after 23rd July. That is what 12.5. If at all it is before 23rd July, then it is 10%. Okay. Now how much is the tax? 3,125. Now this is taxable at 30% is equal to 27,000. What's the total basic tax? I mean, okay, up to this. Okay, let's be like this. Okay. Now if you see, total income is not exceeding 5 lakh. Condition number 1 satisfied. Rebate can be how much? Up to 12,500 maximum. Now you see, here I didn't claim rebate. Here I cannot claim rebate. Whereas here I can claim 12,500. Now what is the balance tax? 27,000 minus 12,500 plus 3,125 is equal to 17,625 plus 4%. This is the gross tax liability. Understood? 1128 tax is not eligible for rebate means here I will not claim rebate. Sometimes no. For example, another example I'll tell you. For example, here lottery tax is only 10,000. Okay, now rebate can be 10,000. Maximum rebate is how much? 10. Sir, 12.5 can be there. What about 2.5? Lapse it. We can't use it. On this we cannot use it at all. That's it. Able to understand. Now let's understand another question. Default tax regime. Let's understand on default tax regime. For example, I have 6,90,000 total income. I have how much income? 6,90,000 total income. Now within this, lottery income is again 90,000. What is lottery income? 90,000. Now 112A income is, let us assume 1 lakh. 112A income is how much? 1 lakh. Then 111A short-term capital gain income is, let us assume again that is 1 lakh. So total 4,90,000. Balancing figure how much you know? Sorry, 2,90,000. Balancing figure is 4 lakh. And SSC is a senior citizen. SSC is what? Senior citizen. Under default tax regime, senior citizen, normal citizen, that and all irrelevant. This is taxable at slab rates under default tax. So up to 3 lakh 0, 3,275%. But only 1 lakh is the extra amount. 1 lakh into 5%. 5,000 is the tax. Correct? No. Under 112A, what is the tax rate? Let us assume this 112A is before 20,000, right? 10% tax rate. But up to 1.25 lakh, there is no tax. Therefore, tax amount is 0. Whereas 1A, STCG. Now here date you should see. Date of capital gain, we assume that before 23rd July. Before 23rd July means 15% is equal to 15,000. Now here it is 30% is equal to 27,000. Now what is the total tax? 47,000 is the basic tax. Maximum rebate is how much? 25,000. Yes or no? Suppose no. Here if at all 112A, if at all any tax is there, it should never be set off with rebate. Okay. Now balance tax is how much? 22,000. 4% you add gross tax liability. Are you clear? Now there is another calculation for rebate. For example, I have 7,05,000 total income. I have 7,05,000 total income. Able to understand 7,05,000. Now tell me, if at all I have 7 lakh income, I will get 25,000 rupees rebate, right? But because of this 5,000, what is happening? Department is not giving me refund. Sorry, not giving me rebate. Extra income. 2,000 G. Now here is 7,05,000 total income. I have 7,05,000 total income. Able to understand 7,05,000. Now tell me, if at all I have 7 lakh income, I will get 25,000 rupees rebate, right? But because of this 5,000, what is happening? Department is not giving me refund. Sorry, not giving me rebate. Extra 5. That's why here marginal relief kind of calculation is applied. Okay, first on 705, what is the tax? Okay, first, I mean, what is like you can see here? You can see here. First total income minus 7 lakh. You know, example, how much it is? 5,000. What is the tax on total income on 7,05,000? On 7,05,000, apply slab rate. Let us assume here all incomes are normal income, slab income. 3 to up to 30. 3 to 4 lakhs into 5%, which is 20,000. Now 5,000 multiplied by 10% is equal to 500. Total how much? 20,500. Remember. So step 2 is what? 20,500. 20,500 minus 5,000 is equal to how much is the rebate? 15,500 is the rebate. Now look at that. So what is the basic tax? Very first we are getting 20,500 minus 15,500. So balance tax is 5,000 plus 4%, 5,400. That's it. Indirectly what you know? Indirectly what you know? See, if you declare your income 705, pay 20,500 tax, no rebate. You want rebate? Do one thing. That 5,000 you sacrifice to me. Okay, you pay 5,000 as tax. I will just levy 4% tax, 5,400 done. You don't have to pay everything. Indirectly marginal logic only. So if at all total income is just in addition to 7 lakhs marginally, how to calculate rebate? First on total income compute tax 20,500 we got. plus such as a lot of people 0. So again 20,000 minus rebate, working out 1. 7 lakhs minus, 7 lakh 5,000 minus 7 lakh 5,000. Income tax on total income, step 1 already completed 20,500. B minus A, is B more than A? Yes. Array, extra income I got is very less than extra tax I have to pay because of the 5,000. So 15,500 unless I'm paying it, I have to, if I have to say about this 5,000 tax. So I will pay 5,000 itself indirectly. So 15,500 I will ask refund. So indirectly how much is the balance tax I have to pay? That 5,000 extra 5,000 is active. Up to 7 lakhs anyhow, no tax. That's able to understand. Earlier up to 7 lakhs maximum tax rate is 20,000 only. Up to 7 lakhs max tax rate becomes how much? Generally it's average 20 only. Rebate is given 25,000. Okay, getting the point. There is a slight inconsistency like this because originally when rebate is introduced, up to 6 lakhs only it is there. 3 to 6 lakhs, 5%. Able to understand. So on that logic, this point and all given. But anyhow, that logic and all you don't have to worry in exam. This is the provision. Clear? With this, rebate discussion is also over. Entire rebate discussion is over. Confident. Now coming to default tax regime, I already told you. Default tax regime, the tax rates are up to up to 3 lakhs 0, 3 to 7 5%, 7 to 10 10%, 10 to 12 15%, 12 to 15 20%, beyond 15 30%. There is no 25% slab. Now this slab system is also, this slab rates were there right in the finance at 25 they changed it. 0 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 20, 20 above. Like that they changed it in May 10th onwards, May 26 onwards. Now it is for you 0 to 3, 3 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 15, 15 above. Able to understand? That's it. So I'm not going into default tax regime provisions in depth. Clear? Now next directly. Let us now discuss agriculture income. So now you see I'll directly explain it from the book, which is very easy for you to understand. Okay, agriculture income. Yeah. Agriculture income. You see in the book very clearly again, there are three incomes which are treated as agriculture income. Three incomes you see. Totally three incomes are treated as agriculture. First one, rental income or revenue received from agricultural land. I am not directly participating. I'm agricultural land. I'm leasing it. I'm getting rent income, provided the land is used for agriculture purpose. If at all the land given by me is for movie shooting purpose, no, that is not agriculture income. That is normal income only we will consider. Now, first condition, another condition, land must be situated in India. Land must be situated in India. Are you clear? Now, you are getting rent, right? Or you are getting revenue. It may be monetary or it may be agriculture produce itself. He's whatever produce he produces, it is only given by him. So, still it is agriculture income. Remember, the rent I am getting is from land which is used for agriculture purpose. Are you able to understand? Second one, another form of agriculture income is I myself directly involved in activities, agriculture activities. I am growing, produce. I am only doing basic operations or I am also doing subsequent operations or both. Either basic operations are performed by me, subsequent operations. Okay, so cultivation I am doing. Able to understand? So that is agriculture. Now there are so many farmers who do dairy farming. Dairy means what? They rear animals, yes or no, and milk and all they will sell. That is not from the land. Therefore, that is not treated as agriculture income. Dairy, poultry, rearing of livestock, butter, cheese making, they are not considered as agriculture. So in order to be called as agriculture, you must do cultivation. Basic operations must be there or subsequent. Whether you do or with your employees, you do, that doesn't matter. Are you getting it? However, there is something called nursery. Nursery means what? Where they sell plants. No, how they grow? They will not grow them directly in the land. They keep pots. In the pots they will grow. That is deemed to be agriculture income. Even though it is not done on the land, it is still deemed to be agriculture income. That is the main point. Are you clear? Not only that, if somebody else is helping us, like for example, all vegetables and all, they need to cut from trees and all, they need to clean it, they need to grade it to sell it in the market. So this process is incidental to agriculture. Now we pay him some charges for doing all this. Okay, these people, they want to direct cultivation. They just come and do all this spray service, all for them water income that we pay. That is also agriculture income. Next up, whatever agriculture produce I need to, I'm selling it in the market. I'm getting money. That is also agriculture income. Are you clear? Next up. Now, sometimes what happens is agriculture income I get it. Okay, fine. This process related point I'll come back. Let me discuss about third type of income. Income from farm building. For example, in agriculture land I have a small warehouse also, or house itself. I have a house which is in the agriculture land itself, on the agriculture land. Now, for the house, no, I'm renting it to somebody. From the building also I'm getting rent. That's treated as farm building, and that is also treated as agriculture income. Now, there are conditions. The land must be subject to local tax. If at all the land is situated in specified area, urban area. If at all land is situated not in specified area, or the land is situated in an area where the population is less than 10,000, then even though there is no local tax, land tax revenue on that, no problem. Still the building is eligible for exemption. Are you clear? That is regarding income from farmland. Now, the building, when it is treated as agriculture income, when the building is used for the purpose of, for the purpose of residence of the cultivator, where it is used for storing agricultural produce, or cultivator is residing in that, then only that is called as farm building. And the land on which the building is standing, if it is situated in urban area, tax must be paid on that. Local taxes, assessed to land revenue. If it is situated in other than specified area or in an area where population is less than 10,000, no problem. Able to understand? Clear? So farm building, when it is agriculture income, if it is used only for agriculture purpose, it is treated as agriculture income. Now sometimes what happens is, you will grow and manufacture product. Okay, for example, you are manufacturing sugarcane. Like this in CA Inter, in September, in May 25 or Jan 25, Mulberry some problem is given. Okay, and in book also CA Inter book, sugarcane problem is there. Okay, so what happens is, sometimes the farmer produces, for example, sugarcane. Okay, now sugarcane he produces. The cultivation cost is, let us assume 5 lakhs. The cultivation cost is, let us assume 5 lakhs. 5 tons of sugarcane he produces, let us assume. Okay, now out of this 5 tons, by the way, those CA students who are watching classes, this particular revision, I'm already solving CMA Inter study material problems. There are so many problems we are solving, more than 100 problems we are solving, which you can also use, no problem. If you like practice, after watching this method, you can watch those problems also. CMA Inter December 25, ICMA study material problems, fully we are solving and putting on the YouTube. So just tell me. No, 5 tons. You know what? This is the cultivation cost. You know what he did? 4 tons he sold in the open market. For 10 lakh rupee. 4 tons, how much he sold for? 10 lakh rupee. Now tell me, per ton market value is how much? 2 lakh rupee indirectly. Correct? Can I say like that from this point? Yes. Now 10 lakh rupees I sold. 4 tons only I sold. By the way, 4 tons cost of production is what? 4 lakh rupee. Correct? Yes or no? Now 10 lakh rupee worth of agriculture produce I sold, where I produce it using 4 lakhs cost. This is called agriculture income. What is agriculture income? 6 lakh. Okay, from sale of produce. But 1 ton, no, I use it for further processing and manufactured sugar. Okay, 1 ton I use it for further processing and manufactured sugar. For 1 ton, I incurred 1 lakh rupee further processing cost. And now I manufactured sugar. Okay, now what is sugar is sold. Sugar, ultimately I sold it for 10 lakh rupee. That 1 ton sugar I sold for how much price? 10 lakh rupee. Now what is the profit from sugar in BGDP? Because sugar is not an agricultural produce. So business profit is equal to sale value how much? 10 lakh minus sugar production cost how much? 1 lakh. And remember one more thing. I have used sugar cane as raw material here. If at all I didn't use this, another 2.5 lakh amount I would have got in market value. That entire 2.5 lakh would have been agriculture income, correct? Now the 2.5 lakh I will treat it as cost of raw material. What is cost of raw material? That actually 1 ton sugar cane 1 lakh only here. Proportionate conversion cost, cultivation cost is 1 lakh only. When I'm computing business income, accounting standard principle, if you're capitally consuming your own material, market value will be taken as sale value in agriculture. Okay, market value is taken as purchase cost. Now what is the sugar related profit? Sugar related profit 10 minus 1 9, 9 minus 2.5, 6 lakh 50,000. This is business profit. And this 2.5 lakh worth of agriculture income, you should recognize an agriculture activity also. 2 lakh 50,000 you didn't sell, but you're using it for your own production. Minus 1 lakh is the cost of cultivation further. Net agriculture income is 1 lakh 50 related to capital consumption. This is agriculture income. Now total agriculture income 7.5 lakh. Remember. Now how to compute tax on this? Let us go proceed. Aggregation concept I'm telling you. Now if you see, business profit is how much? 6 lakh 50. Agriculture income is how much? 7 lakh 50. Total income how much? 6 lakh 50 only. SSC total income is 650 only. Yes, no, agriculture income is exempted. 10 subsection 1 agriculture income is exempted. Now while computing tax, aggregation concept will apply. If at all SSC has a total income and agriculture income which is exempted from tax, then basic tax has to be computed in the following 3 steps. Step number 1. Generally, basic tax means what? 6 lakh 50 into slab rates. If it is default tax system, rate apply. If it is optional tax system, optional tax. I will assume that it is optional tax system. So normal citizen, okay, 1 lakh 50 into 20%, and up to that 12,500 is equal to 12,000. 1 lakh 50 into 20 and 12,500 is equal to, generally, if at all aggregation concept do not apply, what is the basic tax? 4200. But now I need to apply aggregation concept because SSC has non-agriculture income and agriculture income. So I will apply aggregation concept. Step number 1, tax on, first basic tax on agriculture income plus total income is equal to 7 lakh 50 plus 6 lakh 50, 14 lakh. On this you apply slab rate. 4 lakhs into 30%, 1 lakh 12,500 is equal to 2 lakh 32,500. Correct. 2,32,500. Now step 2. Basic tax on agriculture income plus basic exemption limit. Agriculture income is what? 7,50,000. SSC basic exemption 2.5 is equal to 10 lakhs. On 10 lakhs tax how much? 1,12,500. Now what is the basic tax? Step 1 minus step 2. 2,32,500 minus 1,200 is equal to 1,20,000 is the basic tax. You see, actually, directly come to basic tax is 42.5. Step 2 lakh, correct. 2,32,500. Now step 2. Basic tax on agriculture income plus basic exemption limit. Agriculture income is what? 7,50,000. SSC basic exemption 2.5 is equal to 10 lakhs. On 10 lakhs tax how much? 1,12,500. Now what is the basic tax? Step 1 minus step 2. 2,32,500 minus 1,200 is equal to 1,20,000 is the basic tax. You see, actually, if I directly come to basic tax is 42.5. But if I apply to aggregation concept and come to basic tax 120, which basic tax I should take? 120. Basic tax is equal to 1,20,000. Now immediately you might get it out, sir. Agriculture income is exempt. But see, because of department logic is what? Agriculture income adding. You see what department logic? What you know? Agriculture income adding, and you come to tax. Again I'm adding, and you're reducing also. No? So agriculture income not enough. No. What am I collecting tax from you indirectly? They will argue this. But we know how much extra we are paying. If I directly compute 42 only, but if I compute like this 120, indirectly an agriculture income paying extra tax or no? For the department reply is what you know? I will give exemption on agriculture income absolutely. If at all that's the only income you have. You are having non-agriculture income, agriculture income. For you, that logic is not applicable. Constitution says on agriculture you cannot levy tax. Entry number 80 to tax on income other than agriculture. Constitutionally, I'm complaining. I know the intention of the Constitution is those who are earning whole income from agriculture activities only. For them, I will get benefit always. Those who are having other incomes, I will not benefit absolutely. Okay, relatively, indirectly, I will collect tax like this. This is the department logic. This is aggregation concept. Are you clear? Now basic tax. Now calculate surcharge. Now on this you are playing surcharge. For surcharge applicability, total income 50 lakhs or more, 1 crore or more, you will say which total income? Only taxable income you should see. Only taxable income you should see. That's it. This is aggregation concept. Are you clear? So we understood what constitutes agriculture income. We also understood the aggregation concept. So we will understand rule number 7A, 7B, rule number 8. Okay. Rule number 7, rule number 7A, 7B. No, look at it. Now here, there are some activities which are called as composite activities. Which are composite. For example, no, sale of rubber plants products derived from rubber plants grown by seller. You see, you're only growing it. You're not just manufacturing, you're growing it. You're growing and then selling it. Then out of the total sale proceeds minus cultivation cost minus other costs, you get net income, right? But net income, 35% is taxable as business income, 65% is treated as agriculture income. 70. Suppose you're growing coffee and queuing it and then selling it directly. You're not roasting, you're not grounding, you're not doing any further process, only queuing. Just 25% is business, 75 is agriculture. Suppose you're doing more commercial activity, business income is 40 and agriculture income 60. Suppose if you're growing and manufacturing tea, 60 agriculture, 40 business income. Suppose you're only manufacturing tea, by producing agriculture, tea leaves you're procuring and manufacturing tea, entire profit is business profit. Able to understand? Yes, no, this is composite income. Now, for example, SSC is growing and manufacturing tea. They give 10 lakhs income. 4 lakhs is what? Agriculture income. 6 lakhs, 4 lakhs is business income. Agriculture income is what? 6 lakhs. Now they will ask you, compute tax liability. What many students will do? 6 lakhs exempted on 4 lakhs, compute tax and proceed. Non-agriculture, agriculture, both are there, which means aggregation concept apply. Basic tax you should compute by using aggregation concept. Be careful. Okay, even in this method also it is applicable. Even that method also it is applicable. Clear? That's it. Agriculture income discussion is over. Major discussion is over. That's it. With this basic concepts, I think all the points we have covered. Tax rates we covered, individual, surcharge rates we covered, individual, default tax rates we covered, and unutilized basic exemption we covered, special rates of tax we covered, agriculture income we covered, rebate we covered. What else we covered? We covered previous assessment means what? We covered what are the incomes that are taxed in the same previous year we covered. Then we also covered undisclosed sources of income. Major 78% is taxable. Major basic tax provisions we covered, except some theoretical portion. Easy. Then companies tax rate how much? Partnership tax rate how much? That is not relevant for you. Okay, not that important. Don't worry. If you have time, only read that. But this is primarily important. That's it. Now I think you'll be able to compute surcharge, marginal rebate, everything, tax computation, everything. That's it. Okay. With this basic tax is over, then we'll begin residential status. Now, one important element. So, CA into student and CMA into student, whoever is watching this marathon. Now, after discussing basic tax, there's a CMA inter problem solving videos of this. Problem solving marathon is there. All the chapters of CMA study material problems we solved. CA students also can watch those problems to get understand the application of these provisions. Okay, that's it. And also, CA students, what I will tell you is, I have uploaded May 25 RTPs MTPs. I have uploaded September 25 MTP RTP videos. Now, Jan 26 also MTP articles are going to come. Literally, 3 attempts, 2 MTPs. C means 6 papers and 3 RTPs. Total 9 papers. Okay, and if possible, I will also do last May 25 September paper also 2. Total 11 papers approximately. Solving will be done on the YouTube. Okay, I already uploaded. I will just merge and upload. Pending recordings in progress. That also I'll do and then upload. You watch that for practice purpose. First, you need to first finish marathon, understand the application of provision, then. Okay, and if possible, hi guys. Hi guys. All Now let's begin CMS study material, entire direct tax problems I'm solving. From study material, all the problems I'm solving, and that's already available on the YouTube. That is what you're watching now. Okay. So total problem sessions probably become less than 10 hours only. All totally put together, we have approximately from the study material 150 questions. 150 questions covering basic concepts, residential status, heads of income, total income, deductions. All these topics put together 150 questions. And everyone knows that for CMA inter students, we give only CA inter classes. Okay. For tax alone, only for tax. CMA we have total 8 subjects, only for tax. Book and the problems book, question bank and classes discussion completely from CA angle will discuss. Whereas CMA study material problems what? We will discuss directly on YouTube right now that you're watching. This is for December 26th. Sorry, this is applicable for December 25 attempt. What about June 26 problems and December 26? They will come somewhere in March month. Okay. Now, most important disclaimer to all our CMA inter students, whoever have enrolled or you smart or you regular, you might have got CA inter tax classes, right? And trust me, if at all you listen to those classes and solve those problems as per CA inter tax classes, this CMA inter study material problem seems nothing. They're very easy, they're very basic. But having said this, there are some problems in CMA study material which are unique. In the sense, that kind of adjustments will not be tested in CA inter. Okay. So now CA inter students also can watch these problem solving video. Yes, absolutely. This will be a very good revision for you. Now, before watching these problems, I request one thing. First, you need to watch marathon. You need to watch marathon. I have uploaded one math, so heads up. Back to this. What is the paper tax material problems? Directly, I'm going to solve from study material. And everyone knows that in income tax, nothing but direct tax weightage is what? 50%. What is the paper pattern? You will have a paper. This, I think the CMA inter paper pattern, DT separately you will get section A paper, IDT you will get section B paper. Okay. In that, 25% means half the weightage of income, half the weightage of direct tax paper is from heads of income, 10% is from basics, and 15% is from total income and tax liability computation. Clear? Next up. Directly without any delay. First I will directly start with basics of income tax problems. I will go with 1 to page number 78. Okay. So tell me what is that? So what are all illustrations that were there? See, first thing, you first finish math one and then come back and then continue. And those are for CMA inter students of you smart and you regular. If you directly solve this problem, there's no use. First listen to the classes that we provided. Income tax and GST, my class and normal classes provided. Please watch those classes. Watch problem solve there and then come back to this. If you are perfect in CA inter discussion that we gave, CMA you can score 50 out of 15, income tax 50 out of 15 GST. That is the level at which we discuss in CA inter. CMA inter problems are very easy. Okay. Next up. So where is illustration 1? Page number 12. Okay. First illustration is somewhere in the page number 12. We'll see. Yes. Illustration number 1. Determine status of the following. Status means nothing but who are they. Okay. You know, person definition you might have seen, right? Person includes 7 categories of persons like that. Okay. Now, Howrah Municipal Corporation is a local authority. Corporation Bank Limited is a company. Okay. Amitabh Bachchan is an individual. Amitabh Bachchan Corporation Limited is a company. A joint family Sriram. This is a HUF. University is a body corporate or artificial judicial person. More clearly AJP. X and Y who are legal heirs. They are again individuals. Sole proprietorship again assessed as individual. Partnership form either partnership form or LLP, which is simply called as firm. Under income tax firm means only partnership form LLP. Remember. Whereas generally firm means what? Organization. That's it. These answers. Yes, almost correct. Oh, X and Y who are legal heirs. Okay. With respect to legal heir transaction, in the context of legal heirs, the body of individuals. That is correct from discussion. AJP, HUF, company, individual, company, local. That's it. Yes or no? Next illustration. Illustration 2. Next illustration. Yes, below itself is there. You see. State under which head the following incomes are taxable? Tarun received 7,200 interest on fixed deposit. IFO, yes, correct. Then Akash made a gain of 30,000 on sale of shares held by him. Yes, capital gain. 2,700 received by Apple as remuneration as an examiner in Calcutta University. IFO, yes. Then, you know, lawyer earned income from her profession. PGBP. You should write always full forms. Profits and gains from business or profession or income from business or profession. Rent income 84 by letting out house property. Income from house property. That's it. Easy. Next, illustration number 3. Illustration number 3. We have to go to illustration 3. Now, tax liability worked out. Now, residential status problem. No, agriculture problems are something like, look at agriculture examples. Examples also. Problem means again I mean to say examples also. Able to understand? Now here there is a rebate related question. Okay, here they have given multiple incomes and we need to calculate rebate. We need to calculate how much? Rebate. Now we need to calculate rebate under optional tax regime. Shall we? Don't see the answer directly. Now by the way, compute the rebate and resident. Start by saying individual, senior citizen, individual. Again here it is non-resident. Here, nothing is mentioned. We assume resident. Okay, nothing is mentioned. Also we assume what? Resident. Now tell me on 4,90,000 what is the basic tax? 4,90,000 resident. Age is not mentioned. We assume there is a normal citizen. Okay, now up to 2.5 lakh 0. Yes or no? 2,40,000 into 5%. How much it is? 12,000. Correct? No, since total income is not exceeding 5 lakh, up to 12,500 rebate. Here 12,000 will tax, so 12,000 rebate. Therefore balance tax is 0. Next one, 5 lakh 12,000, no rebate at all. Since income exceeds 5 lakh, now how to compute? 2 lakh 50 into 5%, 12,500, 12,000 into 20%. Yes or no? 12,000 into 20% is equal to 2,400, 14,900. Correct? Since total income is exceeding 5 lakhs, there is no rebate at all. Therefore the total tax is 49 plus 4% cess. Then third category, senior citizen 4 lakh 25. Senior citizen 3 lakh exemption. So 1 lakh 25,000 into 5%, 6,250 minus rebate up to 12 you can claim. Just because total income is not exceeding 5 lakhs, so 6,250 0. Then senior citizen 5 lakh 40. Remember, since total income is exceeding 5 lakhs, no rebate at all. And now how to compute tax? 2 lakhs into 5%, that's not 10,000, 40,000 into 20%. So total 18,000 taxes coming. Correct? Hello, you have to compute calculate immediately fast along with me. Then so total tax is 18 plus 4% cess. Non-resident. Remember, non-resident is not eligible for rebate. Non-resident is not eligible. 2 lakh 60, 10,000 into 5%. Yes or no? 500 plus 4% cess. HUF is not eligible for rebate. Only individual is eligible for rebate under 87A. And I even told you 87A rebate is not applicable for 112 year long-term capital gain related tax. Correct? That's easy. Next up. Then surcharge points we already understood. Surcharge point. Now you see there's an example which is given. Compute tax liability of the SSE 52 years whose total income of 4 cases are given. Whose total income? They mention nothing. Okay. We assume the total income is in the 1-2 categories only. Okay. First 49 lakh 90,000. Now shall I compute? Okay. Everyone. No. What's the first case? 49 lakh 90,000. And remember. If nothing is mentioned, I assume that it is optional tax regime. No, first to 2.5 lakh, 0. Next to 2.5 lakh, 5%. Next to 5 lakh, 20%. Above that, 39 lakh 90,000 is the correct. This is taxable at 30%. So how much is the tax? 2 lakh 15, 1 lakh 12,500 plus 39 lakh 90,000 into 30%. 39 lakh 90,000 into 30%. total tax 13 lakh 9,500 correct plus surcharge applicable since total income is not exceeding 50 lakh surcharge is zero, so subtotal is what 13 lakh 9,500 plus again minus is there marginal relief, no surcharge itself is not applicable, therefore there is no question of marginal relief, plus 4%, how much is this plus 4% is equal to total gross tax liability 13 lakh 61,880. Did they get the answer? 13 lakh what about why they huh? Oh, only up to surcharge they gave. Okay, up to surcharge only they gave. That's it. They did not add educational cess. Okay, let it be up to that. Without cess only, let's calculate from their point of view. Next, case 2, 50 lakh 10,000. Oh, 50 lakh 10,000, which means relief is applicable. How much it is? 50 lakh 10,000. Now, how to compute? Up to 10 lakh, we know the tax is 1 lakh 12,500. Then 40 lakh 10,000 multiplied by 30% is equal to 12 lakh 3,000. Correct? 12 lakh 3,000. So total 12 lakh 3,000 plus 1 lakh 12,500 is equal to 13 lakh 15,500. Correct? This is basic tax. Agreed? Plus surcharge. Since total income crosses 50 lakh, 10% surcharge applicable. 13 lakh 15,500 is into 10%. 1 lakh 31,550.
ஹலோ சொல்லுங்க சார். ஹலோ அங்கே புரியல என்னது? சி இன்டர் டேரக்டாக எழுதுறாங்களா இல்லை 12th முடிச்சுட்டு இது போகிறாங்க? 12th முடிச்சுட்டு போகிறாங்கன்னா ஓகே ஓகே டிகிரி முடிச்சுட்டு போகிறாங்களா? அப்போனா இல்லை பிகாம் இல்லை இது ஏதாவது ஒரு டிகிரி வச்சு ஃபஸ்ட்டு ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணோம். பரவாயில்ல, அது ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஏதோ ஒரு டிகிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னா ஒரு 50% மேலே இருக்குல்ல இது டிகிரி இது. அப்போனா அப்போனா ஒன்றும் இஷ்யூ இல்லை, டேரெக்டாக வந்து அப்ளை பண்ணிக்கலாம். டிகிரி வச்சு ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஐசிஐயில் ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டு சிஏ இன்டருக்கு ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டு 9 months ஸ்டடி பீரியடு. 9 months கழிச்சு நம்ம வந்து சிஏ இன்டர் எக்ஸாம் வந்து அப்பியர் ஆகலாம். அது வந்து 6 பேப்பர் வரும். ஒரு குரூப்பாக முடிக்கிறதுனாலும் முடிச்சுக்கலாம், இல்லை 2 குரூப் ஒரே டைம் எழுதுறதுனாலும் எழுதிக்கலாம். அது ஒன்றும் இஷ்யூ இல்லை. சிஏ இன்டர் முடிச்சதுக்கப்புறம் 2 years வந்து ஆர்டிகல்ஷிப்பு, அதுக்கப்புறம் ஃபைனல் எழுதுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். போர்ட்டலில் வந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து போய் அந்த ஐசிஐ போர்ட்டலில் போய் ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணோம். அது ஸ்டூடெண்ட் போர்ட்டல்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒன்று இருக்கும். அதில் போய் ரிஜிஸ்டர் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா அது பேசிக் டீட்டெயிலாம் கேட்கும். எல்லாம் ஃபில் பண்ணிட்டு அது 18,000 என்னமோ பே பண்ண சொல்லுவோம் ரிஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ஃபீஸை. அது ஃபீஸ் பே பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் அது அப்ரூவல் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா அந்த ரிஜிஸ்டர் ஆன டேட்லேருந்து 9 months ஸ்டடி பீரியட் வரும். அதுக்கு அடுத்து எந்த அட்டெம்ப்ட் வருதோ நம்மளுக்கு. இப்போ ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணோம்னா செப்டம்பர் அட்டெம்ப்டில் மேபி எழுதலாம், செப்டம்பர் 26 எழுதலாம். இப்போ ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணோம்னா செப்டம்பர் 26 மேபி எழுதலாம். இல்லை, அது இப்போ தேவையில்லை. ஏன்னா இப்போ தேவையில்லை, நியூ ஸ்கீமில் அது தேவையில்லை. இது வந்து ஓல்ட் ஸ்கீமில் இருந்திருந்தது, அது பழைய ஸ்கீமில் இருந்ததுன்னா இந்த 9 months ஸ்டடி பீரியட் இல்லாமல் டேரெக்டாக நீங்கள் வந்து இதில் இருந்து போகிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஆடிட்டர் ஆஃபீஸில் வந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு அதை வந்து எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸாக காமிச்சு எழுதுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். இப்போ வந்து அந்த ரூல் இல்லை. இப்போ வந்து 9 months ஸ்டடி பீரியட் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் இது பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்கும், டேரெக்டாக அப்பியர் ஆகிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். நம்ம வந்து ஒன்ஸ் எக்ஸாம் கிளியர் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் தான் நம்ம வந்து ஆர்டிகல்ஷிப் ஜாயின் பண்ணி இது வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணணும். ஆமாம் ஆமாம் ஆமாம். சரி. அது ஃபஸ்ட்டு ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி வச்சிடணும். இப்போ ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி வச்சோம்னா அதான் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து செப்டம்பர் அட்டெம்ப்ட் வரும், இல்லைன்னா ஜனவரி அட்டெம்ப்ட் எழுதுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். மோஸ்ட்லி செப்டம்பர். எக்ஸாம் ஃபீஸு அதான் 2 குரூப்புக்கு சேர்த்து இது பண்ணால் ஒரு 3,000 சம்திங் வரும். ஒரு குரூப்புக்கு 1,500 சம்திங் பே பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். 18,000 நான் பே பண்ணும்போது 18,000 இருந்துச்சு. இப்போ எவ்வளோ வருதுன்னு தெரியல, செக் பண்ணி பார்க்கணும். அது டீட்டெயிலாம் ஃபில் பண்ணிட்டு இது பண்ணும்போது வரும். அது இந்த அமௌண்ட் வந்து பே பண்ணிட்டோம்னா அது ரிஜிஸ்டர் ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் வந்து இன்னொரு போர்ட்டல் வந்து எக்ஸாம் போர்ட்டல் சொல்லிட்டு ஒன்று இருக்கு. அதில் போய் புக்ஸ் வந்து ஆர்டர் பிளேஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அது வந்து இப்போ நம்ம ஃபீஸ் கட்டுறதோட அந்த ஃபீஸ் கட்டுறதுல எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து அது அந்த புக்ஸ் ஃபீஸ் எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து வந்துடும். அது வந்து ஆர்டர் போட்டு நம்ம அட்ரஸ் கொடுத்தோம்னா டேரக்டாக நம்ம வீட்டுக்கு டெலிவரி ஆகிடும். அப்புறமா வேணா வேற ஏதாவது கிளாஸ் ஏதாவது ஜாயின் பண்ற மாதிரி இருந்தா அது வேணா ஜாயின் பண்ணி இது படிச்சுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். அது நம்ம தனியா தான் பார்த்துக்குவோம். இல்லைன்னா அவங்களும் ஐசியும் இது பண்றாங்க, ஆனா அது அவ்வளோ எஃபெக்டிவா இருக்காது. அவங்க சும்மா எல்லாம் ஜென்ரலா சொல்ற மாதிரி சொல்லிட்டு போவாங்க. பண்ணு. இல்ல வேற எதுவும் கேட்கறாரு. அதான் இப்ப பேசிக்கா நம்ம எஜுகேஷன் டீடைல்ஸ் எல்லாம் கேட்போம். அந்த சர்டிபிகேட் எல்லாம் அப்லோட் பண்ண சொல்லணும். என்ன படிச்சிருக்கோம் அந்த சர்டிபிகேட் எல்லாம் அப்லோட் பண்ண சொல்லணும். அதெல்லாம் அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டா அதோட முடிஞ்சிடும். சரி.
Subtotal how much? 13 lakh 15,500, 13 lakh 15,500 plus 131,550, 14 lakh 47,050, correct? Minus marginally working note 1, okay? So minus marginally, then you will get subtotal. This is the answer you need to find out. Now, marginally working note 1, step 1. What is step 1? Compute tax on total income including surcharge at 10%, which we already computed. How much it is? 14 lakh 47,050. Step 2. Suppose, so my total income is only 50 lakhs. On this I will compute tax, plus extra how much I got? 10,000. On 50 lakhs, how much is the tax? 40 lakh into 30%, correct? Into 30, 40 lakh into 30, and up to 10 lakh, 1,12,500 is equal to 1,13,000, sorry, 13 lakh 12,500, correct? Yes or no? 40 lakh into 30%, 1,12,500, add 13 lakh 12,500. If at all I have only 50 lakh income and the extra 10,000 I got it, if it is not there, or I'm ready to pay the 10,000 fully, so my tax would be 13 lakh 22,500. But you're asking me 14 lakh 47. Marginal relief is step 1 more than step 2. Yes. Therefore, relief is step 1 minus step 2 is equal to 14 lakh 47,050 minus 13 lakh 22,500 is equal to 1,24,550. Yes or no? 1,24,550. Nothing but. But 13 lakh 22,500. Are you clear? So look at the answer. 13 lakh 22,500. Why 24,550? Nothing but 13 lakh 22,500 is equal to 1 lakh 24,550. Yes or no? 1 lakh 24,550. Nothing but 13 lakh 22,500. Are you clear? So look at the answer. 13 lakh 22,500. Why? What happened here? Oh, they are giving the next page. Okay, let's compute and see. Let's compute and see. Read everything answer. Okay, so 13 lakh 22,500. Case B answer. Correct? No, case 3. 60 lakhs. Here relief will not come. Because income is so big. So relief will not come. In other words, if you apply the same steps, if you apply the same steps, here negative will come. If negative is there, relief can never be negative. So we will ignore it. If negative comes, ignore it. You should show working note. Always you should show marginally working note whether it is there or not. If negative is there, negative, ignore it. Mention that since relief is negative, ignore it. Are you clear? Then next case is what? 1 crore. Next scenario is what? 1 crore 1 lakh. I think 1 crore 1 lakh in math I covered already. So that you follow. Okay. Next. In the next page it is given. You see now I think we got correctly. 1 lakh 24,550 correctly we calculated marginally. Here nil we decided already. Whereas here relief and all we computed 71.20 in the math also I covered. Yes or no? That's it. Easy or not? Then next example. Next example. What is the next? Oh, another rebate. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. What are they asking? No, first individual resident. Regime is what? Default tax regime. Total income is what? 6 lakh. How much is the tax on total income? 6 lakh. 3 lakhs into 5%. 15,000. 15,000 you can claim. Correct? Under default tax regime, if the total income is not exceeding 7 lakh, rebate up to 25,000 rupees you can claim. 6 lakh 80. 3 lakh 80 into 5%. Yes or no? 19,000 you will get. Up to 25 you can claim. 19 you can claim. Now next one. Total income 720. Income exceeds 7 lakhs. Now when income exceeds 7 lakh, rebate calculation is different. First, how much income is exceeded by 7 lakhs? 20,000 extra income is there. And also calculate on 7 lakh 20 tax. On 4 lakhs into 5%, 20,000. Yes or no? On 20,000 into 4%, how much it is? 800. Yes or no? How much it is? 20,800. No, relief is how much? 800. So 800 you remove. So balance tax is how much? 20,000 plus 4%. Correct? Hello? Remember? A. Total income minus 7 lakhs. B. Tax on total income. C. Step number C. Now last step. If B is more than A, then relief is equal to rebate is equal to B minus A. That's it. Next. Case number 4. Case number 4. Case number 4. Next, individual resident. Okay, what is it? Default tax regime. Okay, now default tax regime. Case number 4. 7 lakh 30. Okay, 7 lakh 30. Same calculation. First step 30,000. Step number 2. Step number 2. Tax on 7 lakh 30. So 20,000 on 30,000 into 20%. No, 10%. Correct? 3,000. Total it is 23,000. Array. Step 2 minus step negative coming. There is no rebate. So which means my 30,000 is only tax liability. But 23,000 is only tax liability. Hello. What is the tax liability? 23. Basic tax is how much on 7 lakh 30? Basic tax is 23,000. That's it. So that itself. Here since negative is coming, no rebate at all. That's it. Next. 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 That's it. Basic concepts related. Basic concepts related. All the illustrations and examples we covered. Is there any other problem on basic concepts? No, that's it. Huh? Agriculture. Where is agriculture income? By the way, page number 49. Okay, we'll go. We'll go agriculture income related problems also. We'll cover aggregation topic is also that also we'll cover. Okay, ma. So agriculture income related discussion is there. That problems also we'll cover because we already just know in the marathon also I covered first topic agriculture income, including agriculture income. Correct? No. Yeah. Yes, I'm going, ma. This is an illustration. Some here and there. Some. Oh, so many illustrations we have. Agriculture income. Very good. We'll solve it. All the illustrations will solve it. Agriculture income. You see, illustration number in agriculture income. The illustration number is 10. Sugarcane point. Same example we discuss. Similar example we discuss. No problem. X limited grows sugarcane to manufacture sugar. Details for previous year 24-25 as below. Cost of cultivation of 5,000 tons of sugar is 10 lakhs. 10 lakh rupees is the cost. Okay, fine. Next, sugarcane sold in market. Only 1,000 tons is sold in the market for 3 lakh rupees. Okay, tell me, 1,000 tons cultivation cost is how much? No, per ton it is 2 lakhs. Correct? So for 1 ton it is 2 lakhs. So for sugar directly sold in the open market, agriculture income is 1 lakh. Can I say that? Agriculture income is 1 lakh for sugar which is directly sold in cultivation. Directly sold in open market is 1 lakh. Correct? Whereas 4,000 tons, which means 8 lakhs worth of agriculture produce. What is 8 lakhs? Cost is used in sugar production. Where additional 5 lakhs is spent. Total 13 lakhs is spent. Sugar. No. You should not do like this. You should not take like this. Okay. You remember rule number 7. If agriculture produce is used for further manufacturing, cost of production you should not take. Market value should take. Market value information not given. No, they gave. Sale value they gave 1 10 lakhs. So for 4 tons how much it will be? 12 lakhs. Correct? So sugar related profit. How am I computing sugar related profit? First of all, sale of sugar. Sale value how much? 25 lakh. Correct? Minus production cost how much? That also they gave. Production cost how much? 5 lakh. Hello? Minus, conversion cost. It's not conversion cost. Then we have agriculture produce used. 4 tons we used into sugar production. But remember this 4 tons market value should consider, not cultivation cost. Market value 3 lakhs per ton is equal to 12 lakh. Therefore, 25 minus 17. Business profit is equal to 25 minus 17. 8 lakhs is business. What about agriculture income? Originally, agriculture income is how much? Agriculture income how I should calculate, Agriculture income sold how much? 3 lakh. 1 ton. Correct? Used in sugar production. 12 lakhs market value used. Total agriculture production related market value 15 minus cultivation cost of total agriculture 10 lakhs. So total agriculture income is 5 lakh. Hello? Agreed? You see, total agriculture income is how much at the end of the day? 5. Business income is 8. That's it. Easy. They might have presented in a different manner from what I told. Presentation slightly different. You follow CMA Institute presentation format only. That's it. Next, another illustration. Oh, aggregation topic. Mr. X, age 42 years, has a non-agriculture income 7 lakh 30 and also agriculture income 3 lakh 30. Compute his tax liability. They are asking. Liability. Okay, non-agriculture 7 lakh 30. So total income. I will call it as total income how much? 7 lakh 30. Agriculture income how much? Agriculture income how much, ma? 3 lakh 10. 3 lakh 10,000. Okay. Yes, okay. Now tell me. Now he's a normal citizen, senior citizen, 42 years, normal citizen, and if old regime only, he has opted for old regime only. Therefore, slab rates. First, step number 1, basic tax on 7 lakh 30 plus 3 lakh 10,000 put together. How much is the basic tax? 1 lakh 12,500 plus 40,000 into 30% is equal to 1 lakh 24,500. Remember, yes or no? Step number 2, basic tax on basic exemption limit plus agriculture income 3 lakh 10. Basic exemption limit 2.5. So 2 lakh 50 plus 3 lakh 10,000 is equal to 5 lakh 60. Okay. Now that 60,000 is taxable at 20%. Up to 5 lakh 12,500. Step number 2 is 24,500. So final basic tax as per aggregation concept is 1 lakh. Yes, agreed. Yes or no? Now basic tax is how much? 1 lakh. Agreed? Remember, total income is how much here? 7 lakh 30. Remember, non-agriculture income total income is 7 lakh 30. Since it is more than 5 lakh, no rebate. Therefore, balance tax is 1 lakh plus 4% says 1 lakh 4,000. How was the answer given? Did they give correctly? Correct. They gave correct answer only. Yes, next. Can I proceed? Illustration number 12. Mr. Tony had estates in rubber, tea, coffee. He derives income from them. Okay. He also has a nursery wherein he grows plants and sells. For previous year 31st March 2025, he furnishes the following particulars of his source of income from estate, sale of plants, etc. Manufacture of rubber, rule number 7. Yes or no? 65 agriculture income, 35 business income. Agreed? Manufacture of coffee, grown and cured only. 75%, 25% tea. 60% and 40%. Yes or no? Actually, manufacturing of tea set. Whether they're growing or not, they did not mention. I assume that this only manufacturing process. 100% is business income. Whereas sale of plants from nursery, 100% is agriculture income. Can I do like this? Now tell me, 5 lakhs into only agriculture income will calculate. 1 lakh 75. Correct? Coffee, 3 lakh 50 into 25, 20%. 87,500 agriculture income. Hello. Tea, entire 7 lakhs is agriculture income. Plants, entire 1 lakh is no. Sorry. 25 business income we are calculating. Manufacturing of tea, entire 7 lakhs is business income. Whereas sale of nursery, nothing. So total agriculture income. Total business income 1 lakh 75 plus 87,500 plus 7 lakhs is equal to 9 lakh 62,500. Here I have taken an assumption that you are not growing. For coffee they clearly gave the word grown. For tea they did not give the word grown. That is I'm taking an assumption. Okay, that's it. Now what is agriculture income? 5 lakhs into 65%. Agriculture income is how much? 3 lakh 25,000. Correct? Whereas 3 lakh 50 into 75 is equal to 2 lakh 62,500. Whereas tea, no agriculture income. Here it is completely agriculture income. Now tax how much? 3 lakh 25,000. 3 lakh 25,000 plus 262,500 plus 1 lakh is equal to 6 lakh 87,500. That's it. How much is the answer? They said tea also, they consider, okay, they took an assumption that growing is also involved. To that extent, answer will vary. Which means now, even though they are not using the word grown, okay, they gave an assumption. Okay, here they took an assumption that assume coffee grown, but not roasted. For tea also, you can take an assumption. You write another assumption that tea also is to be grown and manufactured. Both you take an assumption. Able to understand? That's it. If that is the case, this answer is right. Now, sometimes in exam, no, they will ask you tax amount also. Then aggregation concept. Step 1, both you consider and calculate tax. Step 2, non-agriculture 542 is the right plus basic exemption limit on the tax. Step 3, step 1 minus step 2, final basic tax. That's it. Able to understand? Next, illustration 30. Statement for the following. Oh, okay. A is employed in an agriculture farm. Especially these points are very useful for CM students because this kind of discussion is not there in CM. These points especially. Okay. So A is employed in an agriculture farm and entrusted with the tilling of land. His remuneration being 50% of the net profits earned by him. What is the treatment? It is an agriculture income. Agreed? C receives a dividend of 12,000 from the company whose entire income is derived from agriculture operations. Company may be engaged in agriculture. C is not doing any cultivation. No, he is just casually getting. Remember, C is getting passively. Therefore, this is a non-agriculture income. D of Kolkata earns income of 12,000 from agriculture land owned by him and situated in Bangladesh since the land is situated outside India. That is non-agriculture income. Yes or no? Next, F received 600 rupees on account of interest on loan on mortgage of land. Arey, you mortgage of you, some agriculture, you are getting interest income. This is no, you are not doing cultivation directly. Yes or no? It is non-agriculture income. Correct? G earns an income of 1,200 from lease of land for grazing of cattle. Grazing of cattle means what? You know, the cattle will come and just eat water and then go. That is still agriculture income. That is considered as agriculture income. Okay, because I have agriculture, because I produce, it is ultimately used by cattle. Okay, further, the owner of the cattle is paying me. It's an agriculture act.
லாஸ்ட் மந்த் ஒரு அவங்க 2 பேரும், அதுக்கு முன்னாடி மாசம் ஒரு 2 பேர், அவங்க 2 பேர் தான். இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஃபுல்லா டன் கேட்கும். அந்த மாதிரி செக் பண்ணி பாருங்க. சரி சரி சரி
activity. Okay, next. H receives 400 rupees on account of interest on areas of rent in respect of land used by the tenant for operations. Remember, rent is agriculture income. Interest on rent, that is finance income. So that is non-agriculture income. Finance income on areas of rent, that is not agriculture income. Understood? Then income from replanted trees. Oh, replanted. You only planted where denuded parts of the forest are replanted and subsequent operations are carried out. What happens is in forest, no plants are all taken off. Okay, they were cut and again you replanted means you did cultivation, which means it is agriculture income. Suppose no, in forest some trees grown up without your effort. You didn't put any effort. Trees naturally grown up and that you sold. That is not agriculture income because you didn't participate in agriculture operations. Okay, now that's it. Next. Income from sale of trees, forest, which are spontaneous growth, and relation to which operations are not performed. Forest operations only perform. Income from wild gas of spontaneous growth. This here you didn't perform any operation. You didn't perform basic operations further. This is non-agriculture income. Understood? Income from sale of tea leaf from tea garden. Yeah, agriculture income. By the way, how much is the agriculture income sale of tea leaf? I think here manufacturing is not there probably. Full leaf only they sold. 100% is agriculture. If at all you assume manufacturing is there, 60% agriculture, 40% business income. So 60 is to 40 they took exemption. Correct? Income from sale of jute produced in India, situated in land is situated in Bangladesh. Fully non-agriculture income. Poultry farming, non-agriculture income. Growing flowers in garden. Yes, agriculture income. Flowers is agriculture. Then income from sale of tobacco leaves. Yes, agriculture income. Tobacco is agriculture produce. Hello? Then fisheries and poultry, non-agriculture income. Income of 50,000 from agriculture situated in Bangladesh, again non-agriculture income. Income of 25,000 from use as quarries. Quarries is again non-agriculture income. Now let's tobacco point. M point you see? Agriculture income, correct. Flower gardens is also agriculture income. I think these two only you might have got some notes. That's the reason I'm showing the answer. Easy or not? Yes or no? Yes. Next up. That's it. I think agriculture income full discussion is also problems are also completed. Yes or no? Next up. Is there any other problem in this chapter? First chapter apart from residential status. Is there any problems in this first chapter? Nothing. No problems. Is there any other problem? Just check out. MCQs are there any? At the end of the chapter, any MCQs at least? No, huh? Results are not there, huh? MCQs there, huh? Okay, fine. Shall we see this? Okay, next MCQs. Exercise question. Financial year 24-25 shall be considered as in income tax previous year 24-25, assessment year 25-26. Same financial year income tax is 24-25, assessment year 25-26. Or financial year 24-25 can be assessment year 24-25 for previous year 23-24. This can also be inferred. Financial year 24-25. This can be related to what and all. Financial year 24-25 can be related to look at financial year 24-25 can be look at previous year 2025, assessment year 2026. Or previous year 2025, this would be assessment year 2025. Now given the options, previous year 2024, previous year of the assessment year 2025. Wrong, both are same. Assessment year for previous year 2024. Yes, correct. Financial year 2025 is assessment year for which previous year 2024. And previous year for assessment year 2026. Perfect. B. Hello. Financial year 2024. Correct. You got it. Financial year 24-25 is assessment year for 23-24 previous year. Same 24-25 is previous year for assessment year 2026. So that's why it's correct. Okay. B. For the purpose of levying tax, entry number 82. Yes or no? Tax on income other than agriculture income. Union list. Entry number 82. Which of the following is not head of income? Head of income. No. Interest on securities. Income from other sources. This is not head. If a total income of a person is 2,67,000, it shall be rounded up to nearest 10 rupee. 288B. Tax liability shall be, total income shall be rounded up to nearest 10 rupee. 288, some section is there. Okay. Income tax is a direct tax. Correct. Mr. X partner of a firm. No? How he will be assessable in income tax as an individual only? He is an individual. That's it. Are you clear? A Hindu undivided family set to be resident in India if residential status problems from here. Okay, fine. Nothing to worry. We will discuss residential status and then come back and then discuss this. Okay. In this chapter, residential status is there. First chapter only. Oh, second chapter sets. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. So we'll do one thing. Residential status. Okay, agriculture related is there. You see. Which of the following incomes received by SSC are exempt under section? Salary received by a partner from a firm is exempted. Salary of salary of a partner is not exempt. Yeah. Profit of a partner from is exempt. Agriculture income only. Okay. In case individual agriculture income is all agriculture income is exempted, but included in total income for rate purpose. I think B is more clear. So the answer is B. In case SC engaged in business of manufacturing, his agriculture income will be 60% of the income of the business, not total receipts. Remember, income means first receipts minus expenses. Net income you should split 60-40. Be careful. B. Remuneration of a partner of a firm engaged in business of growing and manufacturing purpose. Remember, if a firm is engaged in agriculture activity, remuneration received by partner, capital interest received by partner, everything is treated as agriculture income. But partnership come along, this point is logical. Okay, so it is agriculture income. Following activity shall be considered agriculture: basic operation, subsequent operation, both basic and subsequent operation. Basic and subsequent operation. No. Basic operation is agriculture income. Subsequent operation is agriculture. Basic and subsequent operation are agriculture. Both B and C. What? All are correct only. C answer will go to. So they gave B. Both B and C. Basic operation, agriculture, basic and subsequent. C. Sometimes you will do only basic operation. Sometimes you will do basic and subsequent. Both you will do. Irrespective of on the logic, B and C is even more correct. Clear? That's it. With this first chapter related question almost completed. Correct? Blank shall we do? Okay, fine. We'll do residential status division and then come back and then do this. Okay, until now confident. That's it. And also, CN students, what I will tell you is, I have uploaded May 25 RTPs and MTPs. I have uploaded September 25 MTP active reviews. Now, Jan 26 also MTPs articles are going to come. Literally, 3 attempts, 2 MTPs, means 6 papers, and 3 RTPs, which will be sufficient. Clear? I think all the, by the way, in the residential status, we are going to discuss about section 5 to section 9. Basically, there is a section called section number 9. We never discussed this. Okay? So, and nobody knows what is section 8. Actually, section 8 is nothing but dividend section. Section 8 talks about dividend. What the section says, under section 2, subsection 22, any dividend declared. 222 A, B, C, D, E, 5 clauses we have. There's some that you will understand other sources. Okay? So, whatever dividend declared is taxable in the year in which it is declared. And it has another subsection. 8 itself has another subsection which also says that interim dividend is taxable in the year in which it is made available. So technically, this section is something that is not dealing with residential status, whereas remaining 4 sections are dealing with residential status. Section number 1, by the way, income tax law, section number 1. What is the title of this act? 2 talks about definitions. 3 talks about previous year definition. 4 is charging section. Okay, whereas now 5 talks about scope of total income. 6 actually talks about residential status of various SSCs. Residential status of various SSCs. 7 talks about what do you mean by deemed to be received. What do you mean by deemed to be received in India? Okay, and section 9 talks about what do you mean by deemed to accrue or arise in India. Deemed to accrue or arise in India. So these are the sections that we have in our syllabus. Okay, now let us discuss one by one. Before I actually discuss about residential status of any SSC, first let us discuss why this residential status is important. Okay, now, so section 5. What is the section 5 talks about? Scope of total income. In any country you see, income is taxable. In any country you take, there are 2 principles based upon which income is taxed. One is source principle, another one is called as receipt principle. Okay, what source principle says? What source principle says? If income accrued or deemed to accrue in India, if income is accrued or deemed to accrue in India, it is taxable for everybody. Able to understand? It's taxable. Now, actually, before I even discuss this, basically, a person, from income tax point of view, is categorized into 2 categories. A person is divided into 2 categories. One we call them as resident, and another one is called as non-resident. Again, these residents are again broadly classified into 2 more subtypes. Okay, this subtype is applicable for individual and HUF. Okay, this subtype is not applicable for other SSCs. Generally, for all SSCs, the SSCs are either resident or non-resident. That's it. A company can be either resident or non-resident. A partnership firm can be resident or non-resident. Society, a resident or non-resident. Able to understand? Whereas individuals and HUF, there are 2 more possibilities: resident and ordinarily resident. Resident, not ordinarily resident. Okay, resident and ordinarily resident. Resident, not ordinarily resident. And third category in case of individual is non-resident. Now, what do you mean by resident and ordinarily resident? What do you mean by resident, not ordinarily resident? And what do you mean by non-resident? No, in a simplest, I'll tell you, resident and ordinary resident means what? Resident means current year is resident. Whatever the year we are checking is a resident. Even in the past also is resident. In the past also is resident. We will call him as he is resident and also ordinarily resident. Resident. Not ordinary resident. What do you mean by that? He is resident. In the past also is resident. We will call him as he is resident and also ordinarily resident. Resident but not ordinary resident. No, in a simplest, I'll tell you, resident and ordinary resident means what? Resident means current year is resident. Whatever the year we are checking is a resident. Even in the past also is resident. In the past also is resident. We will call him as he is resident and also ordinarily resident. Resident but not ordinary resident. What do you mean by that? He is resident in current year but not resident in previous years. Non-resident. He is not resident at all in current year. No. When a person becomes ordinary resident, when a person becomes not ordinary resident, and when a person becomes a non-resident. We will discuss a little while later under section 6. Now, why we need to discuss this kind of classification? Remember, now which means ultimately there are 3 categories: resident, ordinary resident but not ordinary resident, and non-resident. Why we need to discuss these 3 kinds of classification? Why bifurcation is required? And by the way, remember, this middle category is applicable only for individual and HUF. Middle category is applicable only for individual and HUF, whereas first category is applicable for all SSCs. Last category is applicable for all SSCs. Correct? All SSCs means what again? Individual, HUF, and others also. Last category, others, individual and HUF and others also. Whereas middle category is applicable only for individuals and HUF. Now, what is the under income tax law? What is the taxation principle? Which incomes are taxable for them? See, a person may be getting income from India, or a person can be getting income outside India. Able to understand? Now again, residential status is something different from citizenship. You may not be Indian citizen, but you are settled in India and earning income in India. Possibility? Yes or no? Or you may be an Indian citizen but settled outside India. For example, Priyanka Chopra, Indian citizen and settled outside India. Able to understand? There can be some actors who are there who are actually born and brought up outside and were settled in India. For example, Deepika Padukone. She's actually a foreign country citizen but settled in India. Able to understand? But anyhow, so citizenship is by birth. Citizenship comes of any country by birth in the country. Residential status is every year varying. Your residential status can be varying every year. Okay? So in India, under income tax law, you may be resident in 1 year, you may be a non-resident in another year. So we don't know. Able to understand? But citizenship is always constant. General citizenship is always constant. You can get citizenship by birth in a country. In some countries, you can also become a citizen of that country by some specific procedure also. Okay, fine. Now, so which means a person can have incomes across India as well as outside India. Now, which incomes are liable to pay tax? Which incomes are liable for income tax in India? This is the question. Now, first one, receipt principle. What is this? First one, receipt principle. Now, what do you mean by receipt principle? Income received or deemed to be received in India. Okay, received in India. Or else I will just write like this: income received in India. Whenever I say received, it includes deemed to be received in India. If at all it is received in India, whether you are a resident Indian, whether you are a non-resident, Indian citizen, foreign citizen, I don't look at all that. you are receiving that income in India, in all the cases it is taxable. Are you clear? Suppose no, received is not in India. Suppose you didn't receive the income in India. Then I will see where is the source of income. Then I will see what? Where is the source of income? What do you mean by source of income? Where income is accrued or deemed to accrue. Where the income is accrued or deemed to accrue. If accrual is in India, then also so in all the cases it is taxable. In all the cases it is taxable. In all the cases it is taxable. Suppose no. Indirectly from these 2 points you can conclude one thing. If receipt is not in India and its source is not in India, it is not taxable. That's what we can conclude based on these 2 principles. But there is a third principle and fourth principle also. Okay, what is this? Suppose no, income received outside India, and source is also outside India. Receipt is outside, source is outside. So remember, source means accrual. Source means accrual or deemed to be accrued. Accrual. Deemed to be accrued. Both called as source. Source is outside. Receipt is also outside. Now what about that? First I will see. Suppose both are outside. Then I will see one question. Okay. Is it from business or profession controlled? Is it business or profession controlled or set up from India? I will see this. If business or profession is controlled or set up from India, I will see. Second principle, other sources. Second principle is any other source. Any other. Other sources means any other source. Are you clear? Now first I will talk about any other source. Okay. Any other source. Now one more thing I wanted to highlight. For resident and ordinary resident, global income is taxable in India. Remember. For resident and ordinary resident, what is taxable? Global. Therefore, whether source is outside or inside, doesn't matter. Any other source doesn't matter. Global income is taxable. Yes, sir. No. Now, for a non-resident, no. I'm talking about the third column. For a non-resident, no. Income is taxable only in 2 cases. Receipt must be in India or source must be in India. If both are outside, not at all taxable. So, not taxable. I will put it in red color. What is it? Non-taxable. Even for RNOR. And income is taxable only if received in India. Taxable. Or source is in India. Taxable. If both are outside, not taxable. If both are outside, not taxable. The answer is what? Not taxable. Now, both are outside also, not taxable. Wrong. Okay. Suppose here alone one small exception is there. Taxable. Okay. Now, if at all, business or profession is outside. Business is outside. Profession is also outside only. Okay, you receive also outside only. But that business you are controlling from India. That profession you are set up from India. For example, you are a CNO. You open a CE office in India. You open another branch office outside India. That's a profession set up outside India from India. That's a profession set up outside from India. Outside India from India. That has a professional identity from India. That's called profession set up from India. Okay? Or if a decision related to business outside India is taken in India, then that's a business. Even though business is outside, even though receipt is outside, that's a business controlled from India. In case of business or profession controlled from India, for all types of residents it is taxable. For non-resident, it is not taxable. Remember, for non-resident, simple rule. Sources in India, taxable. Resident in India, taxable. Both are outside, not at all taxable. Sir, it's a business control from India, set up profession set up in India, doesn't matter, not taxable. Clear? Any other source, same logic. Not called taxable. So, from this entire table, I can derive one thing. For a resident and ordinary resident, global income is taxable. For resident but not ordinary resident and non-resident, for resident but not ordinary and non-resident, incomes are taxable when sources in India. Incomes are taxable only when receipts in India. Correct? When sources in India taxable, receipts in India taxable. If both are outside, not at all taxable. However, one small exception. For RNOR, if at all business is outside or profession is outside, receipt is also outside. But if it is from control from India or if it is set up from India, again it is taxable. So, the same thing is what we have even given in our book. Also. What is it? 30. Yes, you can see here. There's a page number 30 in our book. Come back to the page number 30. You see here. Okay. Now here I have given conclusion, summary. Entire summary I have given. What is the summary? For an ROR, global income is taxable. Whereas for RNOR and NR, generally taxable only if either source or receipt is in India. Further, for RNOR, even if source and receipt are outside, but it is from business controlled from or set up from India, is taxable. Business controlled from or profession set up from. You can write the word profession there. Able to understand. So this is the table which I discussed right now. Clear? Now on this, there's a problem. Okay. You can do a problem which are there in the question bank also. Just apply this blind logic. Sometimes in exam they'll give you an exam. For example, they'll give you an exam. Broad observations I'm telling you. Okay. Foreign company dividend declared. Foreign company dividend. Accrual is outside. But if at all 50% of the dividend is directly received in India, 50% of the dividend is received in India, then 50% only taxable for RNOR and NR. Okay. Whereas for ROR, 100% taxable. Because for ROR, source doesn't matter, receipt doesn't matter, global income is taxable by default. I'm talking about by default. See again here, sir, how come global income is taxable? In other country also that income can be taxed in other country also. He has to be double tax. There are double taxation avoidance agreements are there. You will understand it in CMA final. You will understand it in CA final. Okay. In CA final you have double taxation related topics. Basic rules I'm talking here. Okay. Next, another one. Dividend from Indian company. You know what? 50% only received in India. How much it is? 50% only received in India. But you see, receipt may be 50% in India, but source is India. For everybody, 100% taxable. For everybody, 100% taxable. For everybody, 100%. So in exam they'll give you, this is 10,000. Okay, how much you will write? For RNOR, how much you will write here? 10,000 you will write. For RNOR, 5,000. For NR, 5,000. Indian company, 20,000, okay? In all the cases, 20k, 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 correct? Third kind of adjustment. There is a business, okay? Some business is there which is outside India or profession outside India. Received is also outside only. Received is also outside only, but it is controlled from India. Profession is set up from India or business is controlled from India. And this amount they give, let's assume 1 lakh. They give 1 lakh. Remember, entire source outside, receipt is also outside, but it is only controlled from India. For non-resident, it is zero taxable. For R and war, entire 1 lakh taxable. For resident also R war, entire 1 lakh is taxable. Are you clear? Suppose in the problem sum is out of 1 lakh, 20,000 is only received in India. 20,000 received. Then for non-resident also the answer will be 20. That's it. Broadly, these adjustments only will be there. Okay? They will give you source. They will give you how much is received also. If source is in India, how much is received in India doesn't matter. If source is outside India, how much is received in India doesn't matter. Important. If both are outside, check whether it is from business or profession controlled or set up from India. If that is the case, R war 100% taxable. Otherwise, for non-resident, it is not taxable. Easy. With this section 5 is completed. Okay. Now this is the very reason why I have to know how much income, what income is taxable. If I have to know this, I must know scope of total income section 5 concept. Only if I know section 5 concept, then there is a point in learning section number 6. Now let's understand section number 6. Residential status of various SSCs. Residential status of various SSCs. Now you see in that the first one is residential status of individuals. The first one is what? Residential status of individual. But before I discuss residential status of individual, first let me discuss about other SSCs. Now what is the residential status of company? What is residential status of a company? How do we decide whether a company is resident or not? Check out. Is it Indian company? Is it Indian company? Yes sir, Indian company sir. It's registered in company sir. Then that's an Indian company. Always a resident. Indian company is always resident. Sir, it's not Indian company sir. Some other company sir. It's not Indian company. It is not registered in the company tax. It's a foreign company sir. What about this? Is it resident or not? A foreign company can become a resident. If poem in India, then it's a resident. If poem is outside India, then it's a non-resident. That's it. If poem is in India, it's a resident. If poem is outside India, it's a non-resident. Sir, what is poem, sir? Place of effective management, POEM, place of effective management. If place of effective management is in India, then it's a India. Then it's a resident. If place of effective management is outside India, then it's a non-resident. This poem principle has to be seen for which company? Only for other than Indian companies. For Indian company, poem and all I don't bother. Even though it's an Indian company, all board meetings are happening outside India. Doesn't matter. It's an Indian company registered under company set. Always it's a resident. That's it. This is residential status for companies. Then what is the residential status of LLP, partnership firm, society, AOP, BOI, local authority? In all these cases, what is the residential status? Very simple, one criteria. There's a criteria called control and management. For all SSCs. Remember, I am not yet talking about LLP. I am not yet talking about individual. Whereas I just now spoke about a company and just now spoke about LLP, firm, society, local authority, every other else. Just that individual is kept pending, HF is kept pending. Rest all I discussed. Correct? Now look at control and management. Where is it? If it is partly or wholly means even part of control and management is in India, full of control and management in India, then it's a resident. Sir, control and management is fully outside India. Then the firm, LLP, society, local authority, they become by default non-resident. Simple. Sir, AOP, BOI, sir, this is an SSC. There is an SSC, sir. Not individual, not HF, sir. Not company also. How to decide residential status? Resident. That's it. This is residential status for companies. Then what is the residential status of LLP, partnership firm, society, AOP, BOI, local authority? In all these cases, what is the residential status? Very simple, one criteria. There's a criteria called control and management. For all SSCs. Remember, I am not yet talking about LLP. I am not yet talking about individual. Whereas I just now spoke about a company and just now spoke about LLP, firm, society, local authority, every other else. Just that individual is kept pending, HF is kept pending. Rest all I discussed. Correct? Now look at control and management. Where is it? If it is partly or wholly means even part of control and management is in India, full of control and management in India, then it's a resident. Sir, control and management is fully outside India. Then the firm, LLP, society, local authority, they become by default non-resident. Simple. Sir, AOP, BOI, sir, this is an SSC. There is an SSC, sir. Not individual, not HF, sir. Not company also. How to decide residential status? Control and management where? Partly in India at least. Fully in India, lucky. Partly in India, resident. 100% outside India, then only it's a non-resident. 100% of control and management outside it, then it's a non-resident. So, now let us discuss about residential status of individual. This is most important, okay? Residential status of individual. Okay? Individual. Residential status of individual. And remember, I told you, for individuals and HUF, residential status can be three types. ROR, RNOR, NR. Okay? Now, you know, an individual basically how the structure will tell you. Okay, for an individual in HFO, first we should decide are they resident or non-resident by default. First we should decide are they resident or non-resident. Okay, this we call it as basic residential status. First I call it as what? Basic residential status. Suppose if they're non-resident, no more confusion, non-resident, over. Suppose an individual of HF became a resident. Suppose an individual of HF became a resident, then I should decide are they ordinary resident, not ordinary resident. Are they ordinary resident, not ordinary resident. First I should decide whether an individual HF for resident or not. Okay, in the testing process, either they become resident or they become non-resident. If they become non-resident, no more questions, they're non-residents. If they become a resident in our first testing method, if they become a resident, then I should go for further testing. Then I will decide whether they are ordinarily resident or not ordinarily resident. Why should I decide between these two there? Because for ordinary resident, global income is taxable. For not ordinary resident, received in India, accrued in India only taxable. Or business or profession controlled from India only taxable. Correct? Business or profession controlled from India only, that is taxable. Hello? Clear everyone? Just a minute. Yeah, perfect, right? Now let us understand how to decide this basic residential status for individuals only. HF I'm not touching right now. How to decide basic residential status for individuals? Look at carefully. For individuals, how to decide basic residential status? There are three categories. There are three categories through which an individual can become a resident. There are three categories: category 1, category 2, category 3. There are three categories through which an individual can become a resident. What are these three categories? First category, they spoke about basic conditions. Second category, I will name it as. I am naming this. Okay, this is not the name given in the act. Okay, I am naming it. I will call them as special resident. 120 day plus 15 lakh logic. That's the keyword. Okay, 120 day plus 15 lakh logic. 120 day plus 15 lakh logic. There is another logic I want to tell you. Okay, Indian citizen or Indian origin visiting India. Visiting India. So second category, I call him as what? Special resident. He's a resident. I'm just calling it as special resident. That's it. Because no, you may become a resident through category 1. You may become a resident through category 2. You may also become a resident through category 3. If you are becoming resident through category 1, you are simply called as resident. If you are becoming resident through category 2, you are also called as resident only. Category 3 also you are resident only. In all these three cases, any one case applicable to you, you are a resident only. Okay. Now category 3, I call them as deemed resident. I call them as what? Deemed resident. There is a section called 6.1a. There is a section called section 6 subsection 1a. Okay. Now let us discuss one by one. Okay. Now if you see here how the testing logic will apply. First I will apply category 1. If you call category 1 basic conditions satisfied, I will not check category 2, category 3. Category 1 fails. Category 1 fails. You cannot say non-resident. You cannot say as a non-resident. Check category 2. Category 2 also fails. Then check category 3. Are you clear? Category 3 also fails. 1 failed, 2 failed, 3 failed. Then he is a non-resident. Sir, 1 only failed, sir. 2 satisfied, sir. No need to check category 3. So 1 failed, 2 failed, then check category 3. All the 3 failed, non-resident. I hope you understood category 1, 2, 3. So in category 1, 2, 3, any one scenario only will be applicable. Okay? If a person becomes resident because of any of these three categories, we will classify him as a resident. Then we should go for additional conditions checking. But here there is a twist. If a person becomes resident through category 1, then only additional conditions logic I will apply. Additional conditions logic and I will check RO. Are you clear? So if a person satisfies basic conditions, category 1 he became a resident, then only I will go for additional conditions RO logic. Suppose a person failed basic conditions. He may satisfy category 2. He may satisfy category 3. Any of it or both of it doesn't matter. Okay? He will always, if at all a person becomes resident through category 2. If a person becomes resident through category 3, he is always RNOR. Straight to the conclusion. Now, when should I check additional conditions? Only when basic conditions route. Only if a person becomes resident through basic conditions route. Then I will go for additional conditions checking to know is an ordinary resident or not. Able to understand? Now, like sir, what are basic conditions? What is special resident? What is different resident? And once again I will sum up at last. Okay? Now, basic conditions. What basic conditions? I will call them as B1 and B2. There are two basic conditions. I will call them as B1 or B2. And between these two conditions, any one only enough. Any one condition is enough. First I am talking about category 1 residential status. Okay? In that two conditions are given. If any of these conditions satisfied by individual, an individual satisfy any of these conditions, he is a resident. Now, B1. What is B1? He is in India, sir. He is in India for 182 days or more. He is in India for 182 days or more. When, sir? In relevant to previous year. What is relevant to previous year? Relevant to previous year, nothing but in your exam they are asking for previous year 24-25, assessment year 25-26, then relevant year is 24-25. If they are asking you for 23-24 residential status determination, then relevant to previous year is 23-24. Suppose they are asking you for assessment year 25-26 residential status, then relevant to previous year is 24-25. That's the way. Now, since in our exam 24-25 only we check, in 24-25, is he in India? For 182 days or more? 182 days or more? Check out. Yes, he is in India, sir. He is a resident. Now, what do you mean by in India? Very simple. The date on which he entered in India. The day is counted as part of 182. And one day he will leave no date. Some date he will leave no. That date is also counted. On that date, he may be there only 1 hour in India. For example, on 1st January, night 11 o'clock he landed in India. Still, 1st January is treated as part of 182. Okay? He left India on 28th February. For example, 28th February he took the flight. Morning 1 o'clock he took the flight. 1 hour is in India. Doesn't matter. That's counted as 1 day. Are you getting the point? That's it. So, he is in India 182 days. Sir, how we should 182 days means what? Continuously? No necessity. He came in India and left. 10 days total he stayed. Then again, he came again after 10 days. Another 20 days he stayed. 10 plus 20, 30. Like this, how many days he stayed in India? Totally count. Like that, if at all 182 days in India is there. If at all 182 days is coming. That's it. B1 satisfied. He is a resident. Suppose if B1 fails, sir, he is not in India 182. He is not in India for 182 days. Then you should check B2. Then you should check B2. Now what B2 section? B2 condition is, is he there for 60 days or more? Is he there for 60 days or more in relevant to previous year? Is he there in 60 days or more? Check out. 60 days. Easily will be there. Not only that, plus and 365 days or more. 365 days or more in past 4 years. In past 4 years. 365 days or more in past 4 years is there in India. Then also he will become a resident. So, sir, he is there in India in the relevant year. 60 days or more, sir. Relevant year means what? No problem. 24, 25. Past 4 years means what? 23, 24, 22, 23, 21. 20, 21, correct? So 23, 24, 22, 23, 21, 22, and 22. In these 4 years, how many days is there? Check out. Minimum 365 days is there. In the current year is there for 60 days. Then automatically B2 condition is satisfied. Then automatically B2 condition is satisfied. Are you clear? Now here there is a twist. Condition B2, we should not check. Condition B2, we should not check for 3 categories of SSC. Condition B2, we should not check for 3 categories of SSCs. What are they? What are the? I mean, okay, 3 categories of SSCs. For 3 types of SSCs. For 3 types of, in fact, I will say 3 categories of individuals because we are talking about individuals, right? So 3 types of individuals. We will not apply B2. Indirectly, we will apply B1 to them. If B1 is satisfied, is resident. If B1 not satisfied, category 1 will not apply. I will go to category 2 check. If category 2 is not satisfied, then I will go for category 3 check. That's how the logic applies. Okay. Now in category 1, 2 criteria have given. B1 criteria, B2 criteria. If B1 satisfied, no need to check B2. B1 not satisfied, then check B2. Yes or no? B2 is what? 60 or more in the current year, relevant year. 365 or more in the last 4 years. Correct? Now this B2 will not apply. B2 criteria will not apply to 3 categories of individuals. Actually, in the act, no, what they will say, here 60 is there, right? They say 182 days logic. They say 182 days in current year. Automatically B1 gets satisfied. Able to understand? Indirectly, 60 days logic plus 365 days logic will not apply to 3 types of individuals. Who are they? First one, an individual, an Indian citizen. First of all, Indian citizen leaving India. What is it? Leaving India. No. Only that you should not interpret. Leaving India for employment. For the purpose of employment is leaving India. Employment means what? Either for doing a job in some foreign company or for the purpose of business outside India. For some money making purpose, earning purpose is leaving India. Only for for him B1, B2 will not apply. Only for him B2 condition will not apply. Are you clear? Suppose no, a woman or a man, she or he married somebody abroad and left India because of the marriage, not for earning purpose. This exception will not apply. This exception will not apply because the exception is applicable only for whom? Indian citizen leaving India for employment. Clear? Next, second, Indian citizen leaving India. What is it? Leaving India as a crew member on Indian ship. Okay, as a crew member. I mean, the main theme is here as a crew member. That's enough. As a crew member. If at all you are working as a crew member, for you also B2 condition we will not check. We will not check. Okay, three. Actually, they call it as foreign bound ship. They actually call it as what? Foreign bound ship. Okay, there is something called eligible voyage concept and we'll discuss later. Not that important. Okay, not that complicated. Then condition 3, Indian citizen here or POI. You may call them as IO or POI. Person of Indian origin. Person of Indian origin. POIO. Person of Indian origin or simply IO. Indian origin. Indian citizen. Indian origin. They are not leaving. They are visiting. They are visiting India only as a visitor, not for permanent settlement. They are visiting India. What is when they are visiting India? They visit. They stay some days and they can go back. Okay. For these categories of people, also these three types of individuals, B2 will not check. In other words, for these three individuals, we will check only B1. We will check only B1. 182 days or more in India. Yes, resident. Category 1. 182 days or more in the relevant year. They didn't satisfy. Non-resident. Wrong. You should not say non-resident directly. Yes or no? Because you need to check. You need to check category 1 condition.
Okay. இந்த மூணு இது இருந்துச்சுன்னா இது வந்து அப்ளை ஆகாது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கண்டிஷன் இருந்தா ரெசிடென்ட், இல்லைன்னா டேரக்டா நான் ரெசிடென்ட் சொல்லக்கூடாது. செகண்ட் கண்டிஷன்
Not satisfied, you need to go for category 2, category 3. Are you clear? So basic conditions. There are two basic conditions. In one only is enough. Basic condition 1, 182 days or more in India, resident. 60 days or more in India, and 365 days or more in India, then also is resident. B2, 60 days or more logic. That logic we should not apply for three types of individuals. Who are they? Indian citizen leaving India for employment, Indian citizen leaving India as a crew member in a foreign bound ship, or Indian citizen or person of Indian origin who settled outside but visiting India. For these three categories, B2 we will not apply. Are you clear? 60 days logic will not apply. Which means these three people can become resident in category 1 only by satisfying condition B1 condition. If they were in India for 182 or more, then only they will be resident as per category 1. Suppose in exam question they gave some Indian citizen, Indian origin, something they gave, visiting or leaving or something they gave. 182 logic they didn't satisfy. 60 days logic is applicable to them, but they didn't satisfy. Category 1 close, not applicable. Now you cannot straight away say non-resident. Category 2 you should check. Now what is category 2? What is category 2? Special resident. What is category 2? Special resident. Now what do you mean by special resident? Suppose if category 1 failed, B1, B2 both are failed. Now I will check residential status to category 2. What is this category 2? You know? This category 2 is applicable for whom? You know? Indian citizen or Indian origin. Category 2 is applicable for whom? Indian citizen or Indian origin. Okay? They are visiting India. They are what? Visiting India. They are what? They are visiting. Visiting India. How many days you know? More than or equal to 120 days in relevant to previous year. They are visiting India for more than or equal to 120 days in India and more than or equal to 365 days in last 4 years. More than or equal to 365 days in last 4 years they are in India. Okay? Last 4 years more than or equal to 365 days. Are you clear? Okay? In the last 4 years. 120 days or more in the current year, more than or equal to 4 years. Remember actually, a person who is Indian citizen visiting India, for him B2 will not apply. 60 days logic will not apply. But you can check 120 days logic. You can still check what logic? 120 days logic and 365 days or more in last 4 years. And there is one more condition and most important condition is, okay, and income from Indian sources. What is it? Income from Indian sources. Actually what they say, you know, total income other than foreign sources. They say what actually? Total income other than foreign source. Indirectly income from Indian source. Remember they are asking source, not receipt. Where are you receiving doesn't matter. Where is the source only matter. Are you getting it? So actually let me use that word only for better clarity. Total income other than foreign, total income other than foreign source. Look at once again. Total income other than foreign source. Okay. Total income other than foreign source. Exceeding. What is it? Exceeding 15 lakh. Exceeding 15 lakh in that relevant previous year. In that year only. In that year, if the total income is exceeding 15 lakh, that to which total income? Which income other than foreign source? Nothing but which source? Indian source. Arey, you are having Indian source so much income. You are there 120 days in India in this year, and 365 days or more in the last 4 years. I will treat you as a resident. I will treat you as a resident. Basically, 60 days logic 365 does not apply. But if you have a total income in India, Indian source income more than or equal to 15 lakh, Indian source income more than or equal to 15 lakh, and you are having 120 days in India this year, you state, I won't even check 182 logic. You are there for 120 days or more in India. That's it. You are a resident. By the way, I will have to check this 120 logic, 365 logic only after if I fail 182 days logic. Yes or no? If at all I satisfy 182 days logic, even I became a resident, should I come back? Should I come to this? I will not check this. I will come special residential status logic only when I fail category 1. Hello? Yes or no? That's it. So, an Indian citizen, Indian origin, visiting in India, first to check 182 days logic. 182 days logic, you check. He satisfied basic condition. Happy to go with additional conditions. Sir, he didn't satisfy basic conditions at all. Even due to nothing is satisfied, sir. Now come and check 120 days logic in the relevant year and the 365 in the last 4 years. And third condition, total income other than foreign source is more than 15 lakh, exceeding 15 lakh. Are you clear? Now, sir, what do you mean by other than foreign source? Other than foreign source means what? Other than foreign source means what? Very simply, yeah. Foreign source means what? Accrual is outside. Accrual is outside in India. Remember, I'm only talking about source. I'm not talking about receipt. Accrual is outside India. Are you clear? No. You know, we remember in section 5, scope of total income, we found one point. Business or profession controlled from India. Remember, set up from India. Basically, this business is outside India. Correct? Source is basically outside, right? But for the purpose of checking 15 lakhs purpose. For the purpose of checking 15 lakhs income. For the purpose of checking 15 lakhs only. I'm not talking about taxability. By the way, here I'm talking taxability and residential status. Residential status. For the purpose of checking this 15 lakh. This business is there, right? This business is outside, right? Profession is outside, right? Yes or no? But it's controlled from India, no? Since it's controlled from India or set up from India, this is treated as Indian source. This is treated as Indian source. Only for the purpose of checking 15 lakhs, remember. Not for the purpose of taxability. Hello? Only for the purpose of checking 15 lakhs threshold. Not for the purpose of checking taxability, remember. Taxability is different. Residential status determination is different. Are you clear? No. So, foreign source means what? Accrual is not in India. Accrual is outside India. That is foreign source. Technically, business or profession outside India is foreign source. But since it is controlled from India, since it is set up from India, for the very limited purpose of 15 lakh rupees checking, this is treated as Indian source. Checking purpose only Indian source. Taxability purpose is foreign source only. Okay? That's it. So, this is the condition. This is the logic. Now, in exam, they'll give you. For example, I have a problem, I guess so. Okay? Just a minute. Yes. Once no, I will solve one question on this. Okay? I will solve one question. This is actually my upcoming new question bank for May 26 purpose. But residential status, whether it's May 26 January doesn't matter. Okay, December or June 26 Jan 26 May 26 doesn't matter. Residential status of syllabus is same. Okay, one question I'm solving. Okay, now look at it. There is a question here. What are they saying? Miss Sarika, she is an Indian citizen. She is in employment with a overseas company located in UAE. Okay, this one question if you understand, category 1, category 2 application you understood. You don't have to solve any other question. Okay, she is settled in UAE. Correct? She is not liable to tax in UAE. She is not liable to tax in UAE. Yeah. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, I think let us not solve this question. Okay, we'll solve it. No problem. We'll solve it. No problem. She is not liable for tax in UAE. Okay, fine. During the year 25-26, she comes to India for how many days? 121 days. She was in India for 50 days, 100 days, 76, and 145 days in the last 4 years. How many? 145 plus 100 plus 76 plus 50, 371 days. Correct? 371 days. She is there in India for past 4 years. Correct? Okay, respectively 21, 22, 24, 25. That's it. Okay, last 4 years. Because here we are doing from 25-26 only. For your exam, you will be doing in 24-25. That's the only difference. Okay. Next, her annual income for the current previous year. In this question, previous year is 2026. What is it? Salary accrued or arise and how much? 15 lakh. Okay, where it is accrued? UAE. What is the source? Foreign source. Hello. Okay. By the way, before that, first what will determine residential status and total income of Sarika for this year? What would be your answer if income arising or received in UAE from business setup in India is 10 lakhs instead of 5 lakh? In continuation to the point, what will your answer if Sarika comes to India for 40 days instead of 145 days? Okay, fine, we'll see that. Okay, first we need to set residential status and then we need to compute total income. Okay, now next, UAE foreign source. Hello. Then income accrued arising in India. They said in India, Indian source. Income deemed to accrue arising Indian source. Income arising and received in UAE, and the business is set up in India. Basically, it is a foreign source only. But for 15 lakhs checking purpose. For 15 lakh checking purpose. For the purpose alone, I will call it as Indian source. For checking alone, not total income calculation purpose. Income purpose I will not. Taxability purpose I will not consider that as Indian source. Only for 15 lakhs limit checking purpose I will consider it as Indian source. LIC premium paid by check. Oh, this is a payment. This is a deduction. This is a deduction. Fine. Now, first I will check. Category 1 I will check. Okay. Category 1 B1. 182 days or more in the current previous year. Correct? 182 days or more in the current previous year. 182. She stayed only for B1 failed. B2. 60 days or more. She stayed up.
Yes.
365 or more. 371. She stayed up. B2 satisfied no? B should not apply B2. Why? She is an Indian citizen, settled outside, now visiting India. She is only visiting India. She settled outside, ma. She is not settled in India. Indian citizen visiting, she is only visiting. That's it. Yes or no? She settled outside. So she is in employment outside already. Means she settled outside. Now she is visiting India. Third exception for B2. B2 will not apply. Okay. B1 not satisfied. B2 we should not check. Therefore, as per category 1, she is not a resident. See my words carefully. I am not saying as per category 1 she is a non-resident. No, I am not saying she is a non-resident. I am saying she is not a resident. There is a difference between not a resident and non-resident. Non-resident means answer. Not resident means still I am continuing discussion. Are you clear? So category 1 failed. Now I will check category 2. Now we will check what? Category 2. As per category 2, there are what are the things we need to check? First one, is she Indian citizen or Indian origin? Yes, Indian citizen. Is she visiting in India? Yes, she is visiting India. Is she stayed in India for 120 days or more? Yes, she stayed for 121 days. Is she stayed for 365 or more? Yes, she stayed for 371 days. And how much is Indian source total income? How much is Indian source total income? Okay, let me compute Indian source total income. Very simple. Just now we thought this is foreign source. No. Yes or no? Income deemed to yes, Indian source. Deemed to Indian source. Income from UAE. Business in UAE, set up from India. We understood that it is also Indian source. Yes or no? For the purpose of checking 15 lakhs, Indian source. Now, total Indian source income is how much? 9 lakh. Minus 1 lakh deduction. Minus 1 lakh chapter 6 deduction. Then what you will get is 8 lakhs. Oh, total income in India. Total income other than foreign sources. Total income other than foreign source how much? 8 lakhs. Tell me, second category as per our discussion. Look at second category as per our discussion. What is second category as per our discussion? Indian citizen, Indian origin, visiting India. 120 days or more in the 11th year. 365 days or more in the last 4 years. And total income other than foreign sources exceeding 50 lakhs. Then only she'll be resident. Then only she'll be resident. Now here, if you observe here, her total income is just 8 lakhs, which means 15 lakh logic she failed. She's there for 120 or more. She's there for 365 or more. 15 lakh logic she failed. Deemed resident is there in category 3. There also 15 lakh logic only is there. There also what logic is there? 15 lakh logic. If 15 lakh logic is failed, category 2, category 3 also failed. If 15 lakh logic is failed, category 2 failed, category 3 also failed. She is a non-resident. What is she? She is a non-resident. Just a minute. Did we do any total mistake? That's what I'm asking. What are you doing then? 9, 7? You should have told no. You should have told no. Okay. 2 plus 7 plus 5. How much it is? 9 plus 5, 14. 14 minus 1, 13. Even if it is less than 15, it's okay. Anyway, 15 lakh logic failed. You should have told when I did a computation mistake. Okay, fine. So, 2 plus 7 plus 5. Indian sources and adding minus Indian related deduction. Total deduction, LIC deduction, ADC deduction. Total income is having 13. Even then, 15 lakh logic failed. Category 2, 15 lakh logic failed. Category 3 also has a 15 lakh logic. In category 3, 2 conditions are there. In that one of the most important conditions, 15 lakh logic. There also it is failed. Category 1 failed, 182 is logic. Category 2, 120 logic she satisfied. 365 logic she satisfied. 15 lakh logic she failed. Category 3, deemed resident logic there. Actually, as per deemed resident, she should not be taxed outside India. Here, she's staying in UAE, not liable for tax. And 15 lakh logic should be satisfied. But 15 lakh logic she failed. Therefore, she's a non-resident. Therefore, she's a non-resident. Therefore, she's a non-resident. She's a non-resident. Now, we need to compute her total income tax. Remember, sir, we already computed. Let's see the answer. No. This total income is for checking purpose. Okay. Now we need to compute. Now she's a non-resident. Remember. Now at the beginning of the class we understood, right? For a non-resident, what incomes are taxable? Source must be in India, or receipt must be in India. Sir, both are outside, sir. It's from business or profession controlled or still not taxable. Other sources still not taxable. Yes or no? For non-resident, she's a non-resident. What are taxable? Sir, salary accrued arising in UAE, foreign source not taxable. India arising in India, taxable. Demoted taxable. Sir, income arising in UAE, but it is set up from India, not taxable. Sir, immediately, sir, here why we didn't consider? Whereas here why we consider this logic is for the purpose of checking 15 lakh, even though it is outside, but it is set up from India, right? It is included since business is controlled from India, even though such income is accrued and outside India. For the purpose of 15 lakh limit check, this is treated as Indian source. This is treated as Indian source. In fact, this is not treated as foreign source. This is not treated as foreign source. But for the purpose of taxability, original logic will apply. Indian source or foreign source. Original logic, section 5 logic will apply. That's it. Over. Category 2 over. Are you clear? Now category 3. Now we will see category 3. Category 3. Suppose category 1, she became a resident. I will not check category 2, category 3. Suppose category 1 failed. Just now we said category 2 we checked. Sir, category 2 also failed, sir. Then immediately in the same problem I checked category 3 also. Correct? I checked category 3. You see here, in this problem I checked category 3 also. Next. and you're having 120 days in India this year, you said, I won't even take 182 logic. You're there for 120 days or more in India. That's it. You're a resident. By the way, I will have to check this 120 logic, 365 logic only after if I fail 182 days logic. Yes or no? If at all I satisfy 182 days logic, even I became a resident, should I come back? Should I come to this? I will not check this. I will come special residential status logic only when I fail category 1. Hello? Yes or no? That's it. So, an Indian citizen, Indian origin, visiting in India, first to check 182 days logic. 182 days logic, you check. He satisfied basic condition. Happy to go with additional conditions. Sir, he didn't satisfy basic conditions at all. Even nothing is satisfied, sir. Now come and take 120 days logic in the relevant year and the 365 in the last 4 year. And third condition, total income other than foreign source is more than 15 lakh, exceeding 15 lakh. Are you clear? No, sir. What do you mean by other than foreign source? Other than foreign source means what? Other than foreign source means what? Very simple, yeah. Foreign source means what? Accrual is outside. Accrual is outside in India. Remember, I'm only talking about source. I'm not talking about receipt. Accrual is outside India. Are you clear? No, no. You know, we remember in section 5, scope of total income, we found one point. Business or profession controlled from India. Remember, set up from India. Basically, this business is outside India. Basically, this business is outside India, correct? Source is basically outside, right? But for the purpose of checking 15 lakhs purpose, for the purpose of checking 15 lakhs income, for the purpose of checking 15 lakhs only, I'm not talking about taxability. By the way, here, in set up from India. Check. Now we consider this exceed logic. What is it? You know, category 3, that not. But for the purpose of taxability, original logic will apply. Indian source, foreign. Check category 3 also. You know, next I'm even keeping some exceptional question word. Exceptional is what you know. Okay, in the next time in this question we'll have exceptional word. Exceptional means that question is something tricky. What is the tricky point here? Here 5 lakhs is there, 5 lakhs is not there. Okay, all category 1, category 2, category 3, category is etc. Even then she is a non-resident here. Are you clear? That's how this problem worked out. Okay, next. Now look at that. So this is the question. Now category 2 also she failed. Now category 3 we should check. By the way, if category 2 she satisfied, category 2 when she can satisfy, when any SSC can satisfy, they must be individual, they must be Indian citizen or Indian origin. They are visiting India and they are visiting for how many days in India? 120 days or more in current year and 365 or more in last 4 years. And total income other than foreign source must exceed 15 lakh. Clear? Yes or no? That's it. Now category 3. So category 2 also failed. No, category 3 you check. Category 3 talks about deemed resident. Category 3 talks about deemed resident. When a person will become deemed resident, very simple. Category 3 says first condition, he should not be taxable outside India. Outside he should not be taxable. He is not liable for outside India to any income tax. His income is not liable for tax outside India because of his country, domicile, whatever the reason. I don't bother. He need not pay income tax. He don't have to pay income tax at all outside India. He's exempted from tax. He's exempted from tax. That's it. Literally not paying any income tax in any country. And what you know? He's Indian citizen. What is he? He's Indian citizen. Sir, is he visiting or leaving? Doesn't matter. He's just an Indian citizen. He may not be visiting also. He may not be visiting India one day also. Doesn't matter. He's visiting or non-visiting or how many days. Deemed resident. No days information is required. Days information doesn't. It's irrelevant for deemed resident topic. Deemed means what? You're not actually staying in India. We assume that you're in India. Deemed means what? Assume to be a resident. Resident, general dictionary means resident means what? You're residing there. 120 days hormones, you're residing there, right? 365 hormones, you're residing there, right? 182 means also you're residing. You're residing, right? Deemed resident. He need not reside in India. He need not reside in India. Still we call him resident. Still we call him resident. That's why we are treating as deemed resident. Sir, when did I reside in India? That's why I'm not saying you resident. I'm saying you deemed resident. Deemed is what? I assume reside in India. Why you assume reside in India? Because you are an Indian citizen. You don't have any tax outside India, and you have total income other than foreign source. You have total income other than foreign source, which means Indian source is exceeding 15 lakh. If at all you have Indian source exceeding 15 lakh, you are a resident. You are deemed to be resident. Alright, you have 15 lakh plus income in India. You don't visit India. I don't bother also. You don't have to pay tax anywhere outside, right? First condition, you should not pay tax outside. First condition, you should not pay tax outside. Second condition, you should be Indian citizen. Third condition, your Indian source income should exceed, total income should exceed 15 lakh. Then I will assume you are a resident. Now in this question, just now we solved. Yes or no? What we solved? Indian source income is just 13 lakhs. Okay? And you see, 182 days logic, he didn't satisfy category 1. In category 1, B2 will not apply to him because he's an Indian citizen settled abroad. So it is not up to the visitor to India. Correct? He left employment. He left for the purpose of employment long back. So we will not apply B2. Then category 2 visa. 120 days logic, 365 logic, 15 lakhs logic visa, 15 lakhs logic he got. He paid. So category 2 does not apply. Category 3. He's a resident, Indian citizen? Yes. He's an Indian citizen? Yes. Yes or no? Second condition, he should not be liable to pay tax. Not liable for tax in UAE. Oh, satisfied. Third condition, his total income from Indian source should exceed 50 lakh. But it's only 30 lakh. Therefore category 3 also paid. Therefore he's a non-resident. Are you clear? Now first part of the answer is over. Correct? He's a non-resident and we computed total income. Computed total income, how much is only 8 lakhs. Okay? Then next one. Second question. What would be your answer if income arising and receiving UAE from business is then set up? That is India's 10 lakhs. Oh, this number is not 5, this is 10. So 10 means 13 becomes 18. Oh, exceeding 15 lakh. Exceeding 15 lakh. Directly as per category 2. Directly as per category 2. He will be a resident. He will be a resident. Now immediately the question comes. Since he is a resident, is he ordinary resident or not ordinary resident? At the beginning itself I told. Category 2, category 3 SSCs. Category 2, category 3 individuals will always be RNOR. For RNOR, which incomes are taxable? RNOR, which incomes are taxable? The first discussion. Residence status being why discussed. Source in India taxable. Resident in India taxable. Both outside. But from business control from India, profession control from India, again taxable. Yes or no? Which means this 10 lakhs becomes taxable in case you are an RNOR. Yes or no? So here, how much is taxable in the second scenario? Second scenario, automatically taxable income. Total income would be 18 lakh. Total income would be 18. Total income for Indian source calculation purpose also 18 lakh only. Taxable is also 18 lakh only here. Why? For RNOR, even though business outside, receipt outside, if it is controlled from India, will treat as Indian source for RNOR and tax it. Are you clear? Next they're asking one more question. Third question. What are they asking? In continuation to the point, what would be the answer if Sarika comes to India? Only 45 days. Oh, 45 days. Second criteria failed. Second category failed. 120 only. Second category. First logic 120. Indian origin or Indian citizen visiting India 120 about 365 about 50 lakhs about. Correct? Category 2 failed. But category 3 she got again. Category 3. 18 lakhs she has Indian source income. Yes or no? And she's not able to tax outside. Whether she's residing in India doesn't matter. She's a deemed resident. And deemed resident is RNOR. And if she's an RNOR.
எப்போ கூப்பிட்ட கிளம்போ
Or the answer of total income is as it is except number 2 answer. Question number 2 answer. Question number 3 total income answer. That's it. Able to understand? So third one you see. So the answer would be same as computed in point number 2 above. That's it. With this individual residential status is almost over, not yet over. Almost over. Now look at it. So individual residential status, you see. So individual residential status. Now just now we saw category 1, category 2, category 3. If a person becomes category 1 is talking about basic conditions. Category 1 is talking about B1, B2. B2 has 3 exceptions. Correct? Category 2 talks about 120 logic, 365 logic, 15 lakh logic. Exceeding. Category 3 talks about, by the way, here Indian citizen or Indian origin, both are covered. Category 3 Indian citizen, Indian origin not covered here. Okay? Plus not taxable, not liable to tax outside India. Correct? Outside India plus 15 lakh logic. Easy. What do you mean the 15 lakh logic? Indian source income logic, how much? Now if a person becomes resident as per category 2, category 3, for example. See, by the way, how should I verify? Can I verify any order? First I will check 3, then I will check 2, then I will check 1, or first I will check 2, then 3, 1. Can I verify any order? Never. First you should check in 1. 1 does not satisfy. Then I will go for 2. If 2 does not satisfy, then I will go for 3. Be careful. The order you should always be careful. Able to understand. Now 1 again 1. B1 satisfied. 182 less logic satisfied. He is a resident. No B1 sir. B2 is satisfied. Then also is a resident. But B2 does not apply to 3 SSCs. Indian citizen living in India for employment, or as a member of crew in foreign ownership, or Indian citizen or Indian origin visiting India. For them also will not apply. For them we will only take B1. Satisfied. Then I will go for additional conditions. Then I will go for additional conditions. Additional conditions are called as A1 and A2. Additional conditions are called as A1 and A2. Now what are they? Now category 1, category 2, category 3. Through this, I determine residential status. I call them as basic resident at first. I will call them as basic resident at first. And further, if at all through category 2, category 3 you become a resident, like one completely failed. One completely failed. You become a resident to 2 and 3. You are by default R1. You don't have to go for additional conditions checking. You don't have to go for 6 subsection 2 additional conditions checking. Clear? Suppose you satisfy category 1 and became a resident. Through category 1 you became a resident. Either B1 or B2 route. Through these 2 routes you became a resident. Then I will go for A1, A2 check. So A1, A2, when should I check? 182 logic to 6. That time I will check. 60 days logic, 365 days logic is applicable to you and you are satisfied with that. That time any of these two logics satisfied. Then I will take A1, A2. What is A1? Very simple. Last 7 years you take data. Last 7 years. Last 7 years means relevant previous year or not. You should not take that. Before that 7 years. In that, how many days he stayed in all 7 years put together? How many days? Minimum 730 days. Minimum how many days? 730. He's a A1 satisfied. Not sufficient. A1 and A2 both should be satisfied. Both should be satisfied. A1 and A2 is young. B1, B2 is R. Okay. A1 and A2. A2 is what? Sir, you take last 10 years data. Last 10 years data you take. Any 2 years. Any 2 years. Any 2. Any 2 years out of last 10. Minimum 2. Any means here what? Minimum 2 years out of last 10 years. He's just a resident. He's just a resident. Last 10 years, he's a resident, I said, right? It may be category 1 resident, category 2 resident, category 3 resident, doesn't matter. In the last 10 years, for all 10 years, I will apply 3 categories, 3 categories, 3 categories. Year 10 I will take, 3 categories I will take. Year 9 I will take, 3 categories I will take. Year 8 I will take, 3 categories I will take. Year 4, year 7, year 6, year 5, year 5, all 3 categories I will take. Any one category they satisfied and become a resident. Okay, in a year. Like that for any 2 years to become a resident minimum. Enough, year 2 satisfied. A1 when it is satisfied, 730 days or more in the last 7 years, A1 satisfied. 2 years out of 10 years in the last, you become a resident, A2 satisfied. If both are satisfied, and you satisfied B1 or B2, you satisfied B1 or B2, and you satisfied both A1 and A2, then you are a ROR. Are you clear? Tell me, A1 and A2, I will check when? Only when B1 or B2 is satisfied. B2, B1. B1 means what? 182 days logic. B2 means what? 60 plus 365 days logic. By the way, if at all B2 condition is not applicable at all, 3 cases, then I will ignore them. Okay, then I will check only B1. If B1 failed, B2 not applicable, then I will go for category 2, category 3. If an individual becomes resident in category 2, category 3, by default R and O are cancelled. Over. Residential status major topic is over. Are you clear? Next. Now we'll discuss about HUF. Again, HUF also the same logic. First you should decide. Resident or non-resident. HUF no, first you should decide resident or non-resident. Because no, in HUF no, residents are again 2 types. ROR, R and OR. Now first no, before I go for OR and OR category, first I should know is it resident or not basically. Just like individual, 3 categories are there. Just first to know resident or not. Okay. No, for resident no. For HUF I will say control and management. For becoming a basic resident, a HUF will become a basic resident. When you know if control and management is partly or fully in India. Sorry, control and management are fully outside. HUF is if control and management is fully outside, it's a non-resident. If control and management is fully in India or partly in India, it's a resident first. Now, is the HUF ordinary resident or not ordinary resident? Then you remember A1 A2 we covered no? Conditions A1 A2 we discussed no? A1 and A2 both conditions you apply for Karta. Did Karta of HUF satisfy A1 and A2? Karta last 7 years, 730 days data. Last 10 years, 2 years is resident. Check out. Yes sir, he's resident for 2 out of last 10, 730 or more in the last 7 years. And control and management of the HUF is partly or fully in India. HUF become ROR. Sir, Karta failed with A1 sir. A2 satisfied. A1 failed sir. A1 and A2, any one condition failed. Doesn't matter. HUF is just R and OR. Are you clear? Easy or not? So now here one logic. Sometimes HUF can be ROR, but Karta is non-resident. That is also possible. Why? Now tell me, if HUF, can I say HUF residential status is equal to Karta residential status? No. Karta is a separate person from HUF. Karta is an individual. For Karta HUF, how should I say residential status? Category 1, category 2, category 3. A1 and A2, as usual, I check. He's an individual, first of all, I'll check as per that. For HUF, how should I check? Control and management. Then Karta's A1 and A2 satisfied, then HUF will become R1, R1. Are you clear? So for a particular previous year, HUF can become ROR. Still Karta. Possibility. Same way, for particular year, Karta can be ROR, 100% control and management is outside India. That is also possible. HUF can be non-resident. So there is no link between HUF residential status and Karta residential status because both of them are two different Cs. That's it. Entire residential status topic is over. Then we have something called section number 9 discussion. Okay, section number 9, what I will recommend is my previous version marathon is there. My previous version CA income tax marathon is there. The same is applicable. My previous version sector marathon, that related video I will attach to this. In the YouTube I will attach to this. Okay, there I will discuss that you follow. Clear? With this residential status stuff. Okay, and watch this continuation where I spoke about section 9. If at all I missed to attach that in this video, just watch my previous marathon which I uploaded for September 25 exams of CA. With the section 9 I discussed. That is sufficient. With this residential status stuff is over.